Yo, what's up, guys? How are you? Happy Thursday. It's almost the motherfucking weekend. Hold on, I gotta. Once I have to pull up chat. My bad, guys. Forgot to do this before before I went to go smoke. Decapitated, what's good? Cat, Captain Z, Vince, Dakota, Mello. What's up, guys? How are y'all? Hope y'all are having a good day. Yeah, so thank you for telling me. I was really kind of curious if y'all have been enjoying the uploads. I know that we've been going live a little less, but that's okay, right? Because we can go live whenever the fuck we want, right? So, and then tomorrow we will be live on Twitch doing music. I know that I've been having so much fun recording, and I'm glad y'all enjoy it. So, super proud to announce that I took my first steps in 13 years using my new walker. Dude, that's fantastic. Congrats, Noelani. That's great. What was your condition again? Or were you in an accident? Anyways, I hope you're good. Greetings to all the new people, like Mello, Dakota. What's up, guys? We're gonna start off with patron requests first today, man. We're gonna do the patron requests, knock those out, and then I don't know what we'll do after that, but those definitely are first. And so, oh, I used to watch a couple of years ago before I got banned. Hell yeah, nice. Matter of fact, I think I remember your name now, actually. Dakota. There's like a couple repeats of it, but that's awesome. You've been around for a while. Fantastic. Okay, let's... Oh, cerebral palsy is my condition? Oh, okay. Well, dude, that's fantastic. That's great progress after all that time. Have you? I'm sorry, guys, man. My memory blows ass, and I see so many names pop up on this this feed. Some of y'all I haven't seen in a while, so if you have been here before and you're here again, man, welcome back. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for finding the channel. Because I didn't get to tell y'all when I got banned, man, so appreciate y'all. You just missed me? When? When's the last time I actually properly freaked the fuck out? Right? You know? Y'all have to admit, I'm like here now. Remember how like 5 years ago, I was like, it's off screen. It's like, if I could touch my ceiling, I would. I was like up there, remember? And I feel like I've kind of just like, I've just gotten older, man. Really, I think that's what it is. Just like the lady cop. I'm still mad. I don't want to talk about it. Fucking bitch. I hate it, bro. Fucking hate it. All right. You know what? Just gonna pull up Discord here. Hopefully I'm not on the not safe for work channel. Pulling this up on stream like this. Okay, cool. Okay. Body cam. The Captain Z. Okay, these are. That's music. Okay. Guys, these are the patron requests that we have. All right, so I'm actually gonna give y'all the choice. These are both patron. These are both patron requests, and they're both here. But I'm gonna leave it up to you. Should we do the body cam video first? It's only 14 minutes. The fat electrician video is 52. It would make sense if we did body cam video first and then fat electrician. If it's all the same with you guys, we're gonna go with that. I can't see. All right, cool. EWU, but it's been a while since we watched one by this channel. Dad kills daughter's obsessed ex. See? Another classic case of thy fucketh around, thy findeth out. You see the stupid shit people do for love, man? I'm telling you. It's a sickness. The drug of love is more powerful than any other substance out there. People be killing each other for it. Dad of the year, though, for sure, yeah. Fucking smoking your ass if you don't get away from my niece. Or, like, man, nah. I did see one where, like, it was, like, this possessive boyfriend that came to the girl's house and wouldn't leave, and he tried to actually break through the door, and the dad shot him through the door, like, 4 times, like, bam, 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 dead. Bye. Shouldn't have fucked around. Is it? Okay, I'm just gonna type it in. I'm just gonna go to the channel, go to the search section. I kind of dropped the ball. This is what I should have done from the beginning. Holy shit. Yeah, that's the right one. All right. Peace. Oh shit. Yeah. This is it. I've seen this, but I've only ever seen it in shorts, and it was like a 30-second clip. But We'll watch it. It's fine. We'll watch it. I get some more backstory, some more context, some more. I think this is the clip. Maybe. Possibly. Oh. Okay, 1 second. We're gonna start it. Hold on. It gets hella cold. All right. When you get older like me, you see the games that chicks will play, and you just circumvent their first strike capability. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I've only ever seen just a small little interaction, small little portion of this. It's usually via shorts, or I have TikTok, but I just don't watch stuff on TikTok.
James, she doesn't want to talk to you.
911, what's your emergency?
He's trying to walk. I'm sorry. He's trying the door. No, answer the dad.
The off the porch.
On July 31st, 2022, a family is left shaken after an unexpected visitor refuses to leave when his knocks go unanswered. When he attempts to force his way inside their home, the family scrambles for a way to stop him. The resulting confrontation ends in disaster, with every terrifying moment captured by the Ring camera. The following
I hate when they blur it, but fucking YouTube.
is based on official police records, and some of the footage has never been seen before. Just before 11 a.m. on July 31st, 2022, 22-year-old Allison Ducrow and her mother Stacy return from breakfast to their home in Sydney, Ohio. As they near their door, an unknown vehicle pulls into their driveway.
Stop it.
That means that motherfucker was following them. Maybe he already knows where she lives, but still. He pulls up at the same time they do, and they were where?
Allison Ducrow and her mother Stacy return from breakfast to their home in Sydney, Ohio.
So y'all either went to McDonald's, Burger King, IHOP, Waffle House, and this motherfucker was following you. He followed you from wherever you left from, out in public, out in the wild. That's you creepy fucker. Maybe it's a good thing he did get shot, man, because, like, I can't imagine this is the only girl he's ever done this to. I gotta make my chat bigger. That's annoying me. Hold on. And he gave him warnings and everything. At least I think. Then again, I shouldn't be obligated to warn you for shit. I'm just gonna pull the trigger.
As they near their door, an unknown vehicle pulls into their driveway.
Stop it, Allie. Boys, in the house.
A few seconds later, the driver of the vehicle approaches the house. Through the Ring camera on their door, Alice.
Bro, he does not look alright. Look at his face. My actual name, my real name, my government slave name. It's Edgar. Like Edgar Allan Poe. That's it.
Through the Ring camera on their door, Allison recognizes the visitor as her ex-boyfriend, 22-year-old James Rail. At this point, James has been standing on the Ducrow's porch for about 3 minutes.
James, she doesn't want to talk to you.
Ryan, what's good, dog?
James.
While James never responds to Stacy, he's
And you just stand there not responding, man. That's weird. That's creepy. That's creepy. It screams mental health problems to me, really. Just staring at you, like just the vibe of just like you're just standing there like a fucking mannequin. Stiff, still, emotionless. Ugh.
Doesn't want to talk to you, James.
While James never responds to Stacy, he soon leaves the porch. This may have seemed like the anticlimactic end to the eerie encounter, but unfortunately it was only the turning point in what would soon have a disastrous end. Though he disappears from the view of the ring camera, James walks around the property.
He's
A
trying
few
to find
minutes
a way
later,
in.
he's spotted again, returning to the door.
He couldn't find a way in.
Hey, he's coming back. Nope, I'm calling. James, she doesn't want to talk to you.
On the other side of the door, Allison calls 911.
911, what's your emergency?
Dude, he's just standing there. He's just standing there. Menacingly. It's so creepy. Yeah, man, it's... Now that I'm seeing so much more of this, you absolutely deserve these bullets that are about to come your way, man. For real. That's like... And especially, you're messing with a man's daughter. You were destined to die today.
There's some guy on my front porch, and he won't leave, and he's got his hands behind his back, and he won't answer me on the ring. But he left me a voicemail on my phone last night. He's trying to lock. I'm sorry, he's trying the door. No, don't answer the dad.
Get off my porch.
Dad, no! Oh my God, can you please hurry?
Okay, do you know who he is? Hello? Ma'am?
We have guns.
James, no. Get off my porch. Get the gun.
Three shots
I
are
think I have seen the uncensored version of it, but it's been a while. I wish I could see it again. Again, fucking YouTube.
fired, and James stumbles back and off the porch. He doesn't make it far before he falls. All that is visible in the ring camera are his feet, where he's now lying in the driveway in front of Stacy's vehicle.
He's trying to...
You blurred the feet? Really? Oh my lord.
Male subject attempting to gain entry into the residence. Still getting further.
Please hurry, I'm sorry.
Ma'am?
As the Ducro family reels from the sudden and horrific event, one of their neighbors, Jeff, who heard the commotion, heads over to see what happened.
And he finds a dude. Imagine being the neighbor. You walk over and find a dead body in the driveway. You're just like, holy shit. Today just got so complicated for me. I'm now a witness. Fuck. I gotta talk to the cops. Like, yeah, that's...
Okay, well, he's fine. He don't have nothing. He don't have no gun. Don't do anything. Did you shoot him?
Yes!
Oh. Okay.
Yo, dude, he freaked out a little bit. He was like, holy shit, he's actually dead. Oh my god. Like, his reaction. Holy.
You don't have no gun. Don't do anything. Did you shoot him?
Yes!
Oh. Okay. He ain't going nowhere.
Inside, Allison has remained on the phone with 911.
He broke through the door and my dad shot at him.
Ma'am, he shot at him?
Yes.
Do we know where he is?
No. Where is
This
he?
information. Male subject broke through the door. There's been a shot fired. Still getting further.
Can you please hurry, please?
Yes.
I don't know where he is.
Did he run or is he still there?
I really don't know, ma'am. I'm hiding.
Okay, where is your dad?
He's at the front door holding it shut.
Ma'am, I need you to calm down enough to tell me, has he been shot?
I think so. I don't want to look. Please don't make me look.
Dad made sure that they broke up.
Out front, Jeff is soon joined by his son, and they both take a closer look at where James is lying in the driveway.
Dude, I don't...
You better hurry up and get an ambulance down here.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he's about dead. He's dead. So he's having a hard time breathing right now.
He's gone.
No, he ain't going yet. He's still breathing.
Oh, he's still alive at this point.
He's still breathing. He's having a hard time breathing.
Did they get him in the chest?
Dude, when it comes to gunshot wounds, sometimes it doesn't matter, man. I've seen people die from a gunshot wound to the leg. So
I don't see any blood. He's still breathing, but barely.
Man, stop staring at this man, bro.
I hear him. He's dead. He died.
Just before the police arrive, Allison and her father Mitch can be heard speaking over
that's kind of morbid, isn't it? For like just like neighborhood type shit.
the 911 call.
No, I'm not mad at you. Thank you. Come here. I'm okay. Dad, you're the best dad ever. You just saved my life. Dad, at that rate, there's nothing you could have done. You saved my life.
Officers from the Sydney Police Department arrive soon after and find Jeff waiting.
I would have done the exact same thing, bro, because it was only a matter of time before he broke down that door. He's a 22-year-old kid, plenty of strength, plenty of endurance, and plenty of crazy. He would have got through that door eventually, man. For real. And what do? Try to fight him off and risk him getting the best of you? Which probably not. Look at the size of the dad. But he's old, man, and you're dealing with a spry little kid, basically. A spry little limber young man. You're not gonna... No, man, you don't do that. You don't just let someone get the jump on you and then react. No, you be proactive and do something before they can even jump at you to begin with. So yeah, 10 out of 10 times, you put a different person in this situation, they do the same exact thing. You die here, bro. You just can't do shit like this. And especially if someone's coming after your child. Blow them the fuck away, dog.
For them on the front lawn of the Ducros house.
Who's got the gun? Who's got the gun? Who has a gun?
The people inside here shot this guy here was trying to break into their house. The guy's dead. He died.
Okay, but where's the guy with the gun?
The guy's dead right here.
Where's the guy with the gun?
Inside the house. He was the homeowner. This guy tried to break in the house.
Okay.
And the guy was just basically protect himself.
Okay, you guys have your gun down?
Yeah, we're right here. This guy just died.
Some of the newly arriving officers
Dead. Died. This guy's dead. Yep, dead. Just dead. Dead as fuck. Oh my god.
head inside to speak with the Ducros, who have yet to emerge from the residence. They find Mitch standing in the doorway.
Ignite the fairways
with Fireball.
Yeah, that was a good grouping right there.
You don't even have a club in your hand.
Mitch.
Look at the window. Oh, hold on.
Emerge from the residence. They find Mitch standing in the doorway.
That was some good shooting. Look at that. That's a good little shot group right there. Kept good recoil. He fired 4 rounds. Good little again, I mean mainly he probably had that shit right up to the glass. So a lot of that hole is probably just the blast of the muzzle of the whatever weapon he had. I'm assuming a pistol. So yeah. Good shot on Dad.
Mitch, are you okay?
No.
His heart.
Okay.
He's back.
Why don't we sit? Why don't you go? You want to sit down?
I'm all right.
Okay. We just want to keep this area here as it is, so we don't want to move anything. Okay. Your Ring doorbell camera work?
It does.
Okay. Do you want a squad to check you out? Check your heart rate or anything out?
Oh, I take my medicine.
He's anxiety is through the roof and he's stressed.
I didn't take it today.
Okay. Do you mind at least just stepping over here? We're gonna.
He went from like being completely calm to being at literally the highest level of intensity that you could possibly be as a human being. And that shit and that adrenaline is rushing, and when that adrenaline starts to wear off, oh bro, it's so draining. It's so draining. It's like a drug, man. And you just all your energy is gone after that. You just feel like exhausted, really. So
I keep this as this is going to technically be a crime scene, right?
You need to take a seat,
okay.
dog. Drink some water.
Sorry, I just answered his phone call. No, you didn't have to answer his phone call, Ellie.
As the investigation will eventually reveal, James didn't just call Allison. He also left a chilling voicemail, which will be played later.
Okay.
Any information or waiting?
I'm going to wait because 59's on the way. We're going to contact him. Obviously, this is going to be theirs. We're just going to hold tight until see what he wants.
While they wait for detectives to arrive and take over, one of the officers scans the scene.
Just watch it. I see 2 brass, one in the carpet and one right there right now.
How many shots did you fire, sir?
3.
3?
I thought it was 4.
Get it to work. It was.
There it is. There's a 3rd. It's right there by the trim.
Allison appears to be especially shaken by what has just occurred.
So you guys just comfort each other, keep each other calm, work together. Just stay sitting down. If you want to lay on your back and just kind of
For shock reasons.
stay flat. Just that way, if you do pass out, you're already laying down.
Yes.
She isn't the only one rattled.
Yeah.
Mitch soon breaks down as the officer follows him into the bedroom to collect his ID.
No, man. He ain't going to prison.
Just take a deep breath, okay? Here, you can put your wallet back over there, okay?
If you do
Out front, other officers attempt
if this man does go to prison, I'm pissed.
to administer aid to James. They place an AED, or automated external defibrillator, onto James' chest and wait for results.
Call for help. Apply pads to patient's bare chest as shown.
8537.
No shock.
That is like some... I've never seen this technology before. A what? That's pretty cool, actually.
Administer aid to James. They place an AED.
An automated external defibrillator. That's wild. Yo, that's an upgrade for sure. That I didn't think police had that. Damn. I thought that was like paramedics, EMTs, mainly hospitals. They have the clear, right? That's wild.
Or automated external defibrillator onto James' chest and wait for results.
Call for help. Apply pads to patient's bare chest as shown.
8537.
No shock advised. It is safe to touch the patient.
Tragically, it seems it's far too late to help James. Once again, Jeff offers an explanation.
What is it? He's dead?
How long has he been down?
He's been there for a good 10 minutes.
Okay, we're not doing anything.
Yeah, I watched about 7 or 8 minutes ago take his last couple breaths. That was it. He died. This is his car running right here. He tried to kick in the back door, and he came around the front, and he tried to get it there.
Bring me, you got a blanket? He's 16.
22-year-old James Rail is declared dead at the scene. Inside the house, Allison informs the officer that she has a heart condition and is having chest pains. Emergency services are notified and begin heading to the home.
Just don't lean on anything to where, because if you pass out, your arms won't hold you up anymore, okay?
It isn't long before emergency services arrive, as they'd been on their way before their call was canceled when James was declared deceased.
You want just your blood pressure or anything checked, sir?
Oh, okay, yeah, I got that.
I mean, if you're not feeling...
It's going to be high, I'm sure. It's expected.
Good, don't apologize.
The Ducros are all medically cleared, and soon the detectives arrive.
They're just in
All right, how we doing? Doing better. Back in the mat. Everybody okay in here then? For the most part? Okay. So, definitely exciting, huh? Not really. I don't like it. No.
The detective was like, that's definitely exciting, isn't it? Yeah, a firefight is very exciting. It's just... after it's over, it becomes a mental thing. So, yeah, let's... Yo, Raggaroo, what's good, Doug? How are you?
Everybody okay in here then? For the most part? Okay. So, definitely exciting, huh? Not really. I don't like it. No.
It's good to have that ring. It's very good to have that ring because that door makes it look bad.
Later that same day, each of the Ducros came down to the police station to retell their version of events. As Allison was the closest to James, she provides much of the
The
background.
officer said it's a good thing you have that ring camera because I guess it looks bad. I guess, yeah, really. Because As long as the person's like, if he just stood there and did nothing, and Dad opened fire, and there's no ring camera, Dad's going to jail. I think that's what he's saying. That's what he's meaning to say. Like, you're very lucky you have that ring camera, because that whole door situation right there, it looks terrible, right? But with the ring camera and the underlying circumstances, the voicemail he left earlier that we're going to hear soon, the fact that he tried to break in, the fact that eventually he probably would have, and looking at the dad, he looks old. I knew that he was big, but he's an older guy, man. This 22-year-old, come on, man. That'd be like what we saw with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. It's fucking embarrassing, right? So, yeah, you get shot, man. And especially in defense of your family, home invasion, it's pretty cut and dry.
However, what she shares likely isn't what investigators expect to hear about their relationship.
How long did you guys date?
Okay, so it was like an on and off thing for a couple of years.
Okay.
I want to say in total maybe like a year and a half if we added it all up.
Like all through your high school years or after you graduated?
It started in high school and then it went out of high school.
Okay.
Just very briefly.
Allison says they remained friends even during the times they were broken up. However, that all changed after their final breakup around 2019, over 3 years earlier.
What caused that breakup?
He was just being
Okay.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
We're all adults here. You can say whatever you need to say.
He was just being rude all the time, and I was just like, I don't want to put up with it.
Was he ever abusive physically or mentally?
Well, maybe mentally a little bit. He would just get in my head a bunch.
When he got mad, what kind of things? Was he aggressive at all?
He would just tell me everything that was wrong with me. He would say that nobody was going to love me anymore.
And then the voicemail or the call last night, when's the last time you had talked to him?
I want to hear this voicemail.
The beginning of last year, the end of the year before.
Allison hadn't spoken to or heard from James in over a year. That is, until he called her the night before. Around 11 p.m., James left Allison a now haunting voicemail.
Hi, Allie. It's James. I just wanted to reach out to you because I just wanted to see how you're doing and maybe hear from you, if that would be all right, I guess. It's been a while since I've talked to you, and I don't know. I feel like it, I don't know what I feel. I do know that I do want to talk to you, though. I do. It'd be nice. It'd be sweet. It's probably late right now, but if you want tomorrow, you could probably give me a call. And, yeah, that's about it. Please give me a call back. Thank you.
Allison.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
I just... Allie, it's James.
Hold on.
James left Allison a now haunting voicemail.
Hi, Allie. It's James. I just wanted to reach out to you because...
Where did the country accent come from? My little brother. Do you guys notice that? It was like the more he spoke, he just transitioned into a country accent. Listen to this.
I just wanted to see how you're doing and maybe hear from you, if that would be all right, I guess. It's been a while since I've talked to you, and I don't know. I feel like it, I don't know what I feel. I do know that I do want to talk to you, though. I do.
Right there. Right there. As soon as he says, I do, he fires up a country accent out of nowhere. That's the strangest thing ever.
I do know that I do want to talk to you, though. I do. It'd be nice. It'd be sweet. It's probably late right now, but if you want tomorrow, you could probably give me a call. And, yeah, that's about it. Please give me a call back. Thank you.
That's so
Allison never
weird.
returned his call.
Did he call out to you or anything?
Mid-conversation, his accent just flips.
When you got there?
He literally did not even say a word, which was, it like, put my little radars up. I was like, that's not normal.
That made me kind of nervous. Went in, got my 9. And the door started popping. Kind of nervous. Went in, got my 9.
Yo, Dad was like, I went in and grabbed my 9.
And the door started popping.
I don't know how he broke the glass to the door because, like, the jam or whatever splits off. He's starting to get in.
The door had to be shut when he shot because the window, it's got the holes through it in the glass.
Yeah, but it's definitely forced open.
Oh, it's definitely forced. I don't know if it was...
Hits and bounces back.
The hits, bounces back. Very good chance it did that.
It looked like he hit that somebody with some force.
Oh, I mean, that's off the door frame right there. And those aren't short screws. Those are like screws, deep. You know that.
Yeah. And once I realized he was getting in and the door was open is when I shot. Okay. Did you shoot through the door? I shot through the window. Through the window part of the door because the door was open and he was coming in.
Following the shooting.
Because all he needed was just like a tiny space to reach his arm through and unlock the door. Yeah. Bro, he was getting in. I don't care what anybody says. He was gonna get in eventually if Dad didn't do anything. And who knows what happens if this kid gets in. You don't know. Because if the kid overpowers Dad, what the hell happens to mom and daughter? I'm not willing to take that chance and I don't want to find out. Yeah, bye.
Some of the officers at the scene discussed James's injuries.
Was he hit once? All you've seen in the shoulder?
Yeah, left shoulder.
How's Dad doing? He is shook up, but he's maintaining. From the moment we got here, he was extremely shook up. He's made several comments thinking that how bad he screwed up.
The detective speaking with Allison attempts to get a little more background information about James, hoping to better understand the day's terrible events.
Do you know if he was on any drugs or has he ever done any drugs that you know of?
He has done drugs.
Okay, do you know what his drug of choice is?
He liked to do acid a lot.
As this interview ends, Mitch makes a request.
Acid?
I want to see if they got any other questions they need me to ask you or anything like that.
Acid? People still do acid? Damn.
And then if they do, I'll be back in. If not, I'll send it in as quickly as possible. I know you said you didn't want to be in here alone. Don't make it long, please.
According to news sources, a grand jury eventually decided not to indict Mitch Ducro on any charges related to the death of James Rail.
There's no point. Yeah. Perfect. This one ended fantastic. This one had a good... This one was pretty clear-cut. It doesn't get any more simple than this when it comes to law enforcement. It doesn't. And especially with a Ring camera, which I suggest everybody have one. For shit like this. And a dash cam, you know, because people lie. And sometimes circumstances will fuck you, even if you're in the right. And if there's no video or something like that, their word against yours, blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah. Without a Ring camera and, like, I feel like he does go to court and, like, it's just, it becomes a bigger deal than what it actually was. But, yeah. Okay. Now, my little brother said that he was in my stream. Oh, that's who that was, you little bastard. Your name would be Mellow. Fucking turd. Sitting here thinking it's somebody. It's just yo ass. What are you doing? Go do something with your summer, Julian. Get out of my stream. Are you grounded? Is that what it is? You're bored? It's my brother, guys. Mellow 99. That's my brother. These videos aren't for you, dog. He's 13. All right. Going back to first shift in August. Not looking forward to it. Yeah, dude, early. What's your preferable shift? Early during the day or late at night? Katai, what's good? How are you? Actually, you know what we should do? Dude, hell yeah. You know what we should do before we fire up a Fat Electrician video? God. That was an hour and 6 minutes. We're going to watch it. Not today, though. But we are going to watch some Fat Electrician today. But what we should do before the Fat Electrician is... I try not to laugh. Down for the brown? I really want to do one of those. We need to find one though. So how about this? How about like collectively y'all find one? Send it to me. I'm gonna go get a drink. And then we'll start. I gotta get new headphones. Every time I take these off, it yanks my hair. So yeah, give me a second. If y'all don't come up with anything... when I get back, I'll just type in Try Not to Laugh into the search bar, and I'll just click on something that doesn't look familiar. So, give me a moment. Yo, by the way, dude, one of my favorite shows, one of my favorite TV shows of all time, is the Sherlock Holmes series with Benedict Cumberbatch. And I had watched it years ago with my best friend. And I got bored the other day, and I was like, man, I wonder if I can find that show, because I would just love to watch it again. And for the longest time, I couldn't find it. Finally, I thought that it was just off streaming platforms. I was like, well, I guess it's gone. I don't know where it is. I can't find it. I found it. It's on Disney Plus. If you have Disney Plus, bro, look up Sherlock Holmes with Benedict Cumberbatch. It is so fucking amazing. And each episode is an hour and a half long. You can thank me later. I'm good with a Bigfoot compilation. Dude, find one for me and throw it in the Discord. Please. I know, Vince already requested one. We're gonna do it, but we're gonna do a try not to laugh first. Did y'all find one, or do y'all just want me to type some shit in? Brandon Hura just released a new Darwin Awards with Fat Electrician. Fuck, Vince, do you want to do... Oh. I want to do so much stuff, but I do want to knock out yours, Vince. It's just hard, because throwing in an hour-long video in the middle of everything else gets rough. There was a statue of Jesus that looked like Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. Where? Okay, let's run. How about this? We'll run. We'll try not to laugh first. I think everyone's on board with that one. For now. Any new humor bagel is good for me. I don't know what that means. No clue, just randomly saw it on the internet. Alright. There is a Christmas Snoop Dogg skin in Fortnite and Shaq. I think the most recent skin that I got was... Dude, I really fucks with the Superman skin. Not the first one, there's two variations of it. The second variation, that shit's fire. I got Deadpool, I got Hank Hill, I got Wolverine, I got the Flash, I got what else? I got weird shit, man. I got like a all black and white banana suit. Fucking, and I got J's on all my fucking characters. Oh, Humor Bagel is a channel. I saw a video where he farted on people's dogs at the park. Yeah, I saw a compilation the other day of like people, like owners, farting around their dogs just to get their reaction. And there was this one Chihuahua, bro, that just like, it fucking killed me. The guy farted, but it wasn't like a quick one, right? It was like one of those like slow, drawn out ones that sounds like the girl from The Grudge, like the fucking, right? It sounded like a motorcycle starting up really, really slowly. And the dog was just like, just like growling, and like he growled louder and louder as the fart got. And it was just, I died. It killed me. I couldn't. So yeah, we can check that out. I love fart humor. I don't love it, but it is funny to me. All right, we're gonna get started in a second. Hold on. I'm still immature at 93. You ain't fucking 93. There's no way. I would have seen that in my analytics. I think I would have gotten an award for it. Like, you have the oldest viewer on YouTube. Dude, I engaged. Your boy engaged in air horn pranks when I was a kid. The baseball complex that I played baseball at when I was younger, there was a golf course behind it. And while I didn't give a fuck about the golf course when I was 12, it did matter to me when I was 16 because we would go out there with fucking air horns and fuck with golfers and shit. And man, that shit is funny. Oh my god. I'm too old and mature to do that today, but like, man, back then, that shit was so much fun. Oh, dude, it was a good time. It's fine to try not to laugh. Yo, they'd get so mad. They'd be like, "You motherfucking kids!" And we'd just be giggling like fucking schoolgirls, bro. It was too good. You laugh, you restart. Fuck no, that's a gamble. I don't want to do that. Cuz that could take 10 minutes and 27 seconds or it could take 45 minutes and 27 seconds, you know? Nah. Okay, this one's 15. Extreme. Try not to laugh. Challenge. Impossible. 400,000 views. What do y'all think? Is this the one? Right here. I'm gonna full screen it here in a second, but seem good to y'all? Yeah, 11 days ago. We're gonna run it.
Same old phone? Nah. Upgrade to the new Galaxy Z Fold 7.
Oh, what is that musty smell?
Oh, damn!
All right. Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. I just remembered I have leftover Zaxby's in the microwave. It's fucking going down after the stream. Oh my god. If things get dire, I'll just fucking heat it up and eat it on stream, but maybe not the fries. Those might be soggy if I try to reheat them. Deborah, what's good? How are you? Let me change the shit. Again, I hope everyone's having a good Thursday. No, dude, what the fuck am I? Okay. Fast food isn't enough. Fuck, it is for me, man. Not to mention, I got plenty of food here, but yesterday I just had a craving, and me and my sister went because she was hungry too. I was like, fuck it. If you drive, I'll pay. All right, here we go. We're not doing that. Extreme try not to laugh. I'm gonna do this first. Try not to laugh challenge. Impossible. Nothing is impossible. I mean, maybe I might fail this. Who knows? Okay. Y'all ready? You good? Done what you need to do? Compose yourself? I fucked it up. There's no sound. There is sound. It's just low. There's just no sound on this. Okay, it got me. I think this part of the video got muted or copyrighted or...
My boys. Go. What's going on, guys?
Damn.
Today we are going to be taking a look at some of the funniest clips online, and we are going to be trying not to...
I don't want to do this one. What was the one that you said, Katai? What was that channel called? If you're still here. I just want to see the clips, man. I don't want a narrator. My top 3 favorite foods. No, well, I know humor bagel, but the other one. Remember, like a couple of weeks ago, you requested to try not to laugh, and you said the name of the channel, and it was something. It wasn't humor, but does humor bagel do try not to laugh? Meme sheep. Oh Lord, that was like a hole. That'd be insane. Yo, maybe one day we'll do like an hour-long try not to laugh. Dude, try not to laugh. 10 push-ups every time you laugh. Shit. I don't have the right setup because y'all. Well, I could. Y'all be able to see me if I move my chair, but. Oh, hi, Nova. I didn't see you. What's up? Memer man quit, didn't he? I don't know. Y'all keep up with these channels more than I do because I don't watch them. I only watch this stuff whenever we're here. Otherwise, I avoid it. For the sole purposes of watching it with you guys. Yo, Decapitated Playthings. Have you ever watched a video of this guy? I can't remember his name, but I'm pretty sure once I tell you what it is, you're gonna know instantly. Bro. Farting with eye contact. Bro, he just walks up to people and looks directly at them, into their eyes, into their soul. He can see their future, and he rips ass. Dog. That shit kills me. That shit fucking kills me. Just thinking about it kills me. Okay, let's... You laugh, you lose. This one's 13 minutes. Eh. No, I'm really not decapitated. Like, I'll get smoked in pull-ups by so many other people. It's insane. I can do pull-ups and I can do push-ups, but as far as like the amount, dude, there was a female when I was stationed at Fort Stewart, and this girl, she wasn't normal, man. So like, for the PT test, you know how many sit-ups she was doing? Like 130 in 2 minutes. You know how many push-ups she was doing? Like 98, 99. I know one time she hit 100. And I was like, the 2-mile run? Forget about it. You're not catching her. No one could beat her. Nobody. Nobody. And I was just like, girl, you got it. You're fucking nuts, man. That's insane. I don't know how you do that. I just, it kind of humbled a lot of us dudes. It did, man, because like, we're all in the best shape of our lives, man. We're like 21, 22, 23, and we see this girl same age, and she's just gone. Can't keep up. Top Things is another good channel. That's what I was just looking at. Let me go back to that, actually, because, well, there was a narrator on that, though. Maybe it doesn't narrate the whole time, right? So let's go back. No, in basic, I was one of the fastest ones. My 2-mile run was like 13:45. Only like 5 other people in my platoon beat me in the run. Yeah, 5 other people. The one guy that beat everybody, guess where he was from? He was from Kenya. Yeah, last name Iklu. He was a funny dude. He sucked at speaking English, but he was fun. Man, he smoked everybody. He smoked the drill sergeants too. He was fast, man. Fucking fast. Dude. There was just no way. And then the most bullshit part of about how fast he was is after we finished the 2 mile run, I finish. I'm in good shape, but I'm just like, all right, fuck, all right, tired. Whew. And I look over at Iklu, and he's just like, hello. Good run. I'm like, bro, this was nothing to you, wasn't it? He's like, okay. Okay. Whatever, dog. Oh, man. Yeah, all right, let's try this. Hopefully it's not narrating the whole time.
When I think about how I divide my time, it's very carefully. I'm Alex Diaz. I'm a professional marketer and
trying not to laugh. So stick around because the last ones are definitely gonna get you. Get ready because this is Top Things.
Okay. Oh. Bro. So I just started shitting.
No way, bro. Yeah, hold your head up. You gotta put your hand.
What are you doing, Marine?
Some people appreciate things like these. Others just take advantage.
These are the cutest thing I've ever seen. Every single one of these has such a cute little nubbin on the top. I love them. Oh my god.
Out of all the holes that he could have in this shirt, it had to be one on that specific spot.
Billy.
What? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
His nipple.
Yes. How do you manage to do that?
What? What?
Get that nipple out.
What nipple?
How many do you got?
What nipple?
Shut up, Paula. What are you doing paying attention anyway?
Why are you looking at my nipples?
Tell her she looks gorgeous. Nice tits. Oh. They are nice.
Let us
Yo.
take a look at
Woo.
how it looks
All
when
right.
you blow the candle out from both ends.
Happy birthday to you.
I can do it.
Oh my god, she ripped ass when she what? Okay. Saint. Oh my god.
Ah, the good old put
That's what
something
happens
on
when
your
dudes
sister's
do
shoulder
shit.
technique.
Fuck games.
你看这么好，
Dude, it can't hurt you, it can't kill you, it can't, and even if it bites you, it don't even hurt. You're in literally zero danger. But I get it though.
Here you see a man that knows how to react to anything that comes his way.
Oh, thank you.
Куда пропал? Пошли.
No way. No. That's hilarious. I'm doing that to Nova later. Nova.
Look, if I was a trade,
I gotta
this would
find
be
it.
it.
My niece has one.
It's literally my color palette. Slay.
When you are at the store and you have to get your friend a Coke.
Skal vi se. Skal jeg share a coke med Karo, Nina, Adrian? Eller
Who the fuck is that? That's gotta be like. That's gotta be like one person in the world. Dog, come on.
So
real?
this is what it looks like when someone clearly misses the memo.
She's gonna fall off. This is not gonna look graceful, girl. Oh no, there goes Lin Sum. And dude,
With Asana, AI teammates are here to help level up your.
and she's getting clowned on by her girlfriends. That's the best part.
Score limited time savings on your favorite snacks and drinks at Wawa. Whether you're craving a refreshing drink.
Okay, that's annoying. Ooh, saved by the ad.
Enjoy exclusive deals in store or.
When will moms ever get some peace? Just enough so that they can actually start a new book.
Mommy, I found seashells.
Oh, yeah, that's a rock. That's cool.
Thank you. I'm gonna go find some more.
Okay, just careful when you're running.
Damn. Damn. She couldn't even get the words out. And her kid took off and just like spun tires. Oh Lord. She was petrified. Yo! Oh my god! The puppy was like, I've seen enough of this world.
Technically, this little kid did
Or maybe he
follow
tried
the
to fight that kid.
instructions from her mom.
Kasi masih garam niya.
Brother. Oh, they got him with the trick candle.
There's a reason why they say that seagulls are the bullies of nature.
I think it's crows, but...
Смешно. Даже посмеялся.
Who's laughing at you?
Check out my trick.
Bro.
Don't you just hate
You
it when
landed
you
it.
put the straw in the wrong way?
Ah, que la puta verga, qué pendejo, estaba al revés.
No. Yo, leave Grandpa alone.
I have no idea why this egg sandwich made that sound when it was pressed.
Y'all, I've been making this breakfast sandwich every single day. It is so good. Popping the yolk here.
Pablo is on one. Get out of there.
Yo.
Everything was going right until one slippery step ended it all.
No.
How about you show Grandma how flexible her knees used to be?
Okay, very good. All right, next one. This one now. Go.
Oh, yeah.
Nick, please. Nick, join us. Please.
Шерке анау алкаш көпшөөрүп кул калтырап болуп калган машина кыйынчыган отуз алам кол. Кати камай. Тегиз коям. Энсиз кый.
A violently loud burp is something that looks
no.
very strange on a woman.
This is probably the most unwomanly thing ever, but why does Topo Chico make me burp so loud? Let me show you.
Show me.
Only Topo Chico.
Yeah. No way.
Just when you think that you can escape, they just keep on watching you.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
One hand on your shoulder, another hand on your head. I just woke up.
That's something I would do.
He definitely understood the assignment. He was giving up immediately.
Попадаем четко.
Oh Lord.
Что это было, блин?
They thought he was going to be a drummer, but something was a bit off. If you know, comment down below.
I know. What are you doing?
Now this is what I call a good review system. This bug was pretty pleased.
This bug ate through the leaf of one of my plants, and I guess he really enjoyed it because he left me a like.
That's hilarious.
ข้างบ้านทำอะไรเปล่าวะใบหม่อนเขาทุบอะไรป่ะข้างบ้านอ่ะใครทุบเลยวะ
Yo, putting on makeup feels dangerous. Oh my god. She legit had a roach chilling on her chest the whole time and didn't even know. And the cat didn't even see it.
If you understand this, then you definitely have a dirty mind.
Are you coming? No, I'm just breathing heavy.
Who's gonna fuck up here? It's the girl, I think, in the back. Maybe. No, it's this guy. No, wait. Oh no, there's an earthquake. Holy shit, everyone's fucked. That guy pulled a hammy. Oh no, man down! Man down! I can't get out! Oh my god! Save yourselves! I'm coming! Leave the door open, please! That's crazy.
The platform
That's
for
wild.
agencies and enterprises, and turn website layouts into...
I was wondering where did this...
Bro, literally the worst time for your legs to fail on you. It's a fucking earthquake. And your legs are like, nah, fuck this, man. I'm pissed.
Strange blue table looked a bit round.
It's a person. Oh, yeah. What happened? I think I missed it.
Sometimes in life, a few things will come together and make you smile.
Uh-oh. Oh, damn. Cats, bro.
Ay, tiene este cabello demasiado enredado. ¿Qué estuvo haciendo anoche?
Bro, gross.
Cositas.
In life, there are people that decide to make things just way too complicated.
Damn. Oh my god.
Will you marry me?
No. Damn.
It sounds like these balloons are way too happy to be released.
we go. Female versus cockroach. Who's gonna win? 0 for 1. Oh shit. Oh,
we all
took
know
flight.
that moment
You
when
lost.
we
Dead.
react like
Wasted.
this, when we get just
You
a
gotta
little
move.
bit nervous.
They were clapping for her and she didn't realize it. She started clapping herself. Are you putting, what is that? Is that cheese? Or is that sugar? I don't know what it is. Oh my god, he put the whole fucking thing. Put the whole fucking thing.
So there we have it, guys. We hope that
Oh
you
my
guys
God.
enjoyed taking a look at the funniest clips.
Yeah, we fucking win. Huzzah. Jeez. Who lost? Yeah, it finally dawned on me. Because I knew that it was fiberglass. It was like the fiberglass for insulation, like up in your roofing in your house. I knew that's what it was, but I was like, why is he rubbing the toilet paper? I was like, what's going on? What's happening? And then he put it on the toilet. It's a construction site. And yeah, he's a dickhead. That's going to be rough. I won. You lost? Oh, what'd you lose at, dude? Oh, man, I almost lost. Where did I almost lose? What, dude? Okay, so first off, this chick, this almost killed me. I almost lost here. that almost broke me. And then hold on. Let's see. Nothing so much at the nipple man was funny. And that dude, that actually happened to me on stream the other day. Katai pointed it out because like I was wearing like a tank top shirt or whatever. Oh my god. Do y'all remember which one I almost completely, dude. Okay, this one almost floored me.
A violently loud
That shit was so fucking funny. Yo, he was so mad. Oh, dude. And you know, man, you know someone's mad when they throw something at you. They could hit, like, he did slap him, but like... Okay, hold on. There was one other one here that I almost lost it. Where is it? It was somewhere. Dude, the earthquake, that shit was too that shit was too nuts. No, I think that's about it. Yeah, all right. Whew. That was good. I won though. Fantastic. Okay. Jeff, what's good? Oh, look, Bigfoot vlog, alien invasion. I'll put that in my watch later. All right. So let's do... Are y'all down to run Fat Electrician? Because after this Fat Electrician video, I gotta feed my dog after this. Deborah, what'd you lose at? Well, yeah, Vince, you requested it, and I want to go ahead and do it because I said that we were doing patron requests first. So Um, 5-star GTA wanted level in real life. Y'all want me to do a video on this? I will. If y'all say no, I'm gonna do it anyways. Okay. Well, because I mean, there was other stuff that was requested, but I always feel bad making Vince wait. There was some other stuff that, hold on, let me see if I can scroll up and see what it is that y'all said. At the same point that yeah, that's ugh. Yeah, we'll go ahead and run it. Let me find it. Yo, Terminated. As far as like, I just thought of this because I thought about what you were saying earlier with Fortnite skins. You don't really have to let me know what's in the store. However, if they ever add the Batmobile, tell me. I'm buying that shit instantly. Other than that, there's really nothing else I want to buy out of the store from that. I think I have everything that I would like ever want. So, but if they add the Batmobile, bro, it's going fucking down. All right, no, hold on. These are not in order. Wait. Hold on. What? This is a... Was this recent, Vince? And just... Hold on. No, this is an older one that we just haven't done. Yeah. All right.
There are many kinds of people.
I missed out on Batman multiple times. I have 2 Batman skins. I have the... It kind of looks like the Adam West Batman, but it also reminds me of Batflex Batman. And then I have Christian Bale's Dark Knight Batman as well. I have those 2. And then the Flash. And now Superman, because that was just in the Battle Pass. And then, fuck, man, since I already have those, I might as... Whenever the time comes, I might as well just get Wonder Woman and just have the whole fucking Justice League. Okay. Dude, you know what? Before we start this, I am gonna go heat up my Zaxby's, and I'm gonna eat that shit while I watch, because I'm, like, starving right now. And it's a long video. Give me a second. And then I'm actually gonna change up the scenes, right? Do y'all care for this one? I don't think we need to be in big mode, right, Vince? We can just go back to this. Is that fine? I think it's fine for Fat Electrician. And yeah, give me a second. Okay. All right. Not bad. Cool. Sounds good. Let's get started. Indestructible Marine earns Medal of Honor at 17 years old. It doesn't get much more badass than that. I wonder if it was like posthumously or if he lived his life with the Medal of Honor, because you know, majority of them, the people that have them, they're dead. But there are a few throughout history that they get it, they're living recipients of it. Here we go.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the luckiest man of all time or the unluckiest man of all time, but one thing's for sure, he just might be the toughest. Today we're talking about America's indestructible Marine, Jack Lucas. He served 3 years in the United States Marine Corps, 6 months of which was inside of a prison cell. He stormed the beach at Iwo Jima. He survived jumping on top of 2 live grenades. He earned the Medal of Honor, and he did all of it before his first day of high school, which is really just the beginning of the story. But before we get to all that, let's get this sponsorship out of the way. This video is brought to you by Sundays, food for dogs. It's fancy food. For dogs. Okay, look, long story short, there was a veterinarian that was mad that all the fancy, expensive dog food also needed to be stored inside the refrigerator, which is lame because the refrigerator is for people food. So they created the company Sundays Food for Dogs, and it's high quality food that's been air dried. Essentially, it's jerky for dogs, so it's high quality and it doesn't need to be kept in your fridge. I mean, look at it. It even looks like jerky. Okay, to give you an idea of how healthy this food is, I'm gonna go ahead and read the ingredients right off the bag for you.
That might be bad for me, bro. I fuck around and get super baked one day, and I grab that instead of the fucking, I don't know, Cheez-Its or the Funyuns, and I just go to town not knowing what I'm eating. Oh Lord, imagine.
We've got cornmeal, ferrous sulfate,
Mysterious, take it easy, man.
Thiamine monotrate, riboflavin, vegetable oil. Wait, no. That's the shit I put in my body. The dog food ingredients are as follows. We've got turkey, turkey heart, turkey liver, egg yolk, millet, pumpkin, kale, ground bone, fish oil, salt, parsley. You get the idea. It's really healthy. Which is a good thing because my dog's a pretty picky eater, okay? He likes the finer things in life, like fancy dog food, eating snakes in my backyard, licking his own ass, okay? He's got a very refined palate.
He ate it. He actually tried it.
It's super important that I get him good food, but not so important that I'm willing to put it inside of my fridge, and that's where Sundays comes in. And the best part is they deliver it right to your door. So if you want to check them out, I'm gonna have a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video.
Hello, girl. I'm not giving you shit.
Jacqueline Harold Lucas, born on February 14th, 1928 in Plymouth, North Carolina. It is the same exact story I've told time and time again. These guys all had the same childhood. He grew up during the Great Depression. He really liked boxing. He got in a ton of trouble and got in a lot of fights. When he was 8 years old, his uncle gifted him a Marine Corps dress uniform hat, and he absolutely loved it. He wore the thing to school every day for months, and from that moment on, he always wanted to be a Marine. Fast forward to when he was 11, his dad would pass away from cancer.
No, but back up. No, stop being needy. I'm gonna feed you later. Go, stop. No, ma'am. Go lay down. Go lay down now. Go lay down. Sit down. Lay down. Lay your ass down. Stop with that begging shit. Stop it.
And Jack, understandably so, didn't take it that well and started getting in even more trouble and more fights. By the time he was 13, his mother, who was still in her mid-30s, was trying to find a new husband, and every time she would bring a guy home, the young 13-year-old Jack, who was a pretty big kid for his age and pretty skilled at boxing, would threaten to beat the shit out of him.
I'm 10 years old, but I'll beat your ass.
That, combined with all the other trouble and fights that he was already getting into, his mother had no choice but to send him off to military school. It is there at the Edwards Military Institute that Jack and all the other cadets would gather around the radio to hear the news broadcast that the Japanese had attacked Pearl Harbor. Jack described this moment as the end of his childhood, and from this moment on, it became his sole ambition in life to go fight the Japanese to avenge Pearl Harbor. The only problem is he's 13 and you gotta be 17 to join the United States Marine Corps, so he did the only thing he could do. He finished out classes, graduated the 8th grade, and went back home for summer. He gets home, mom doesn't just have a new boyfriend, mom has a new husband. It is a used car salesman and alcoholic by the name of Radford Jones, and it is very clear to the young Jack Lucas that this man has married his mother for the insurance money that they got from his father passing, and he is already doing his damnedest to burn his way through it. So obviously Jack is not a big fan of this guy and threatens to beat the shit out of him multiple times, which is actually a threat that carries some weight because now at 14 he is 5'8", 180 pounds and pretty good at boxing.
Damn.
So obviously the home life situation is—
He's what? Hold on. Oh no, I'm fucking with the volume. No.
pretty tense. The one 80 pounds and pretty good at some weight because now at 14 he is 5'8", 180 pounds and pretty good at boxing. So
180 pounds at 14. I was 180 pounds when I was 25. Oh my god.
obviously the home life situation is pretty tense. The one redeeming quality of Radford Jones is that he had 2 sons that he brought into the marriage, so Jack now had 2 stepbrothers. And over the course of that summer, he truly came to think of them as his brothers, and then the oldest brother, Billy, would go off and join the Navy. By this point in time, summer's coming to an end. He's getting ready to go back to military school, and he dreads the idea. He doesn't want to go to military school. He wants to go to the military. He wants to be a Marine, and he wants to fight the Japanese to avenge Pearl Harbor. So he decides that's exactly what he's going to do. He goes to the Marine Corps recruiter, lies, says he's 17 years old, gets the parental permission slip to take back home to have his mom sign it. Mom obviously refuses to sign it. He needs to go back to school, not go fight in World War II. So
forge her signature.
Jack promises his mom, hey, give me your blessing to go do this, and I promise you as soon as I get back, I'll finish school. At which point his mom is like, okay, fine, you have my blessing.
And if you think about it, he did all of this before he turned 17. He can still go to school. That's crazy.
But I'm not gonna lie for you. This permission slip says you need to be 17 years old and you're 14. If you wait till you're 17, I will sign and give you my blessing to go off to war.
No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Yes, you can!
For Jack, this wasn't good enough, so he forges her signature right in front of her and then tells stepdad Radford Jones to hop in the car and give him a ride to the recruiter's office. They get there, Jack goes in, hands over the parental consent form to the Marine Corps recruiter, and the Marine Corps recruiter's like, great, where's your birth certificate? And Jack is like, what? And the Marine Corps recruiter is like, yeah, we need your birth certificate too. Okay, important context here. There was a ton of people that lied about their age and got into the military way before they should have in the Army and the Navy, but for some reason the Marine Corps during World War II demanded birth certificates and verified your age to a degree that most other branches simply didn't. I have read multiple accounts of this, and I have even personally been told by a world
Marines are the tip of the spear. I guess that's why. Wherever Marines go, you're going to meet some of the most hostile environments, hostile situations, and some of the most hostile people. Marines, they're the tip of the spear, man. They usually go in whatever major conflict we find ourselves in, they're going first. And then Army, and then Navy and Air Force, they just support. It's always the Marines, man. So I have a feeling that I think that's why they required birth certificates, because they're just like, man, we're not sending, we're not just gonna turn a blind eye and let a 13-year-old slip through the fucking cracks and die at the hand of the enemy. I think. Maybe that may have been the sentiment.
World War II Marine that was at Mount Suribachi when they raised the flag at Iwo Jima, that if you wanted to be a Marine, you had to be 17.
He said, what can I do for you, young man? I said, I want to sign up. He said, how old are you? I said, 16. He says, I can't take you. You got to be 17. He said, when you get to be 17...
What difference is a year? But at the same time, that could easily snowball. What difference is a year? What difference is 2 years? What difference is 3 years? And then you got 12-year-olds on the front line. You know what I'm saying? But, you know.
Come back and see me and we can do business.
So he could just walk right next door and try to join the Army or the Navy and probably get away with it, but he's always wanted to be a Marine since he was 8 years old. So he walks back out to the car, Radford's still sitting in it, head hanging low. He's absolutely devastated. At which point, Radford Jones, fucking stepdad of the year, is like, what? I thought I got rid of you. Why are you back? Jack tells him it's not going to work because he has to have his birth certificate to prove that he's 17 years old. Otherwise, the Marine Corps isn't going to take him. So Radford Jones marches right back into the recruiter's office and goes full car salesman mode. Walks right up to the Marine recruiter and is like, hey, I'm his stepdad. The kid's definitely 17. His mom actually lost his birth certificate in a house fire. Actually, now that I think of it, I don't even think he ever had a birth certificate, you know, because it's the early 1940s and all kinds of people were still born at home.
He's a shitty stepdad, but this is a very funny moment. You gotta take him. You gotta take him.
The government doesn't even know that this kid still exists, okay? Don't believe me? We could cut one of his arms off right now and count the rings. I guarantee you there's 17 of them.
I think you ought to buy it today, right now. You want to know why? Because this Buick is you. The color is you. Look at it. This is your car.
At this point, the recruiter's like, I mean, all right, fine, whatever. Hands Jack a clipboard with a piece of paper. Fill this out, sign your name at the bottom. Jack does it, signs his name, turns around to, begrudgingly thank Stepdad for helping him out. Stepdad's already gone. Car's not even in the parking lot. Dude bounced. Cool, that doesn't matter. He got what he wanted. He is officially enlisted at the age of 14 on August 6th, 1942.
Nobody's gonna know.
Ignite the fairways.
With Fireball.
Jiminy Cricket, you don't even have a...
That is true, man. Nobody's gonna know. I got away with lying to the military about my seizures. And it was as easy as saying, I don't have epilepsy. That was it.
club in your hand.
He immediately gets sent off to basic training and he absolutely crushes it, gets put in a leadership role pretty much the entire time because he's the only one there with military experience because he spent the last year at a military academy, so he already knew most of the jargon, the ranks, how to march, and so on. So he was one of the most high-speed
which really does put you ahead of the rest of the pack, man. If you're trying to go to basic training, be very beneficial for you to learn the ranking structure, how to fold your clothes, like all that stuff. Just basic shit.
Privates there. Besides that, nothing of note really happens while he's at basic training, except he did say he learned one very important lesson. One day, one of the drill instructors, while they were out at the firing line, said, "Who wants to drive a truck?" And Jack, being a 14-year-old who didn't have much driving experience, was actually kind of excited to drive a truck, so he raised his hand and volunteered. At which point, the drill instructor gave him an empty wheelbarrow, told him to go over there, fill it up full of ammunition, and haul ammunition up and down the firing line all day long. It is at this point that he learned to never volunteer for anything in the military ever again. After graduating basic training, he gets sent to Jacksonville Naval Air Base, where he basically gets to be a gate guard and do some more training. Now, he's outside of basic training. This is more advanced training, and when you go to these more advanced training courses, typically you're allowed to have liberty, leave over the weekend. You're allowed to go out into town and drink and mingle with the civilians. Yeah. I'm going to say that again, but slower. The 14-year-old Marine that nobody realizes is 14, including all the other Marines, the bartenders, and all the women at the bar, is going to go drinking at the bar with the Marines.
This should be a movie, because this would be a really fun part of the movie.
Every weekend. I'll let your imagination tell you what happens.
No, man. I love you.
So he finishes up training in Jacksonville. By June of 1943, he is sent back to North Carolina to Camp Geiger, where he's going to have a bunch of machine gun training, and he is absolutely excellent at running that machine gun. He does such a good job, in fact, that after finishing the machine gun training, he is one of 9 Marines selected to stay at Camp Geiger and become an instructor. Kate, to most people, that's a good thing, but Jack is absolutely furious because he doesn't want to be a machine gun trainer in North Carolina. He wants to go to the...
Imagine going to this training and you're taking direction from a 14-year-old kid. That's just so funny, man.
Pacific Theater and fight the Japanese. Now, he finds out that he's going to be a machine gun trainer via letter, right? He is given orders on paper. He doesn't share those orders with anybody. All the other Marines were given orders at roughly the same time of what unit they're getting shipped out to and what unit they're going to be a part of. So Jack just doesn't tell anybody anything, and he waits. When the time comes that all the other Marines are loading up onto a train to go all the way from North Carolina to California on their way to the Pacific Theater, Jack says fuck it, and he jumps on the train too. He figures it's better to ask forgiveness and permission. Yep. What's the worst that could happen? They ship him back and he has to be a machine gun trainer anyways. He spends 30 days in the brig. Right. Whatever. Okay. Best case scenario, he gets attached to a different unit and he gets to go into combat. So he's on the train for a couple of days. They make it to California. Everybody gets off the train. They form up. There's an NCO there with a clipboard and he reads off all the names on the roster. After he finishes reading all the names on the roster, he says, "Is there anybody that I didn't call?" Jack raises his hand. NCO's like, "Why aren't you on the roster?" To which Jack geniusly plays this stupid private role and just goes, "I don't know. I was just told to get on the train. Keeping track of everything was the Army's job. I'm just here." To which
and privates like that are pretty fucking common. They're just like, "God damn it. Yeah, give me your name. Come on, let's go."
Sergeant is like, That's exactly correct and is totally something that would happen. Okay, you come with me. They go to the commanding officer's office. They walk in. The lieutenant.
I've seen that happen a lot, man. I've been sitting inside of like a classroom or like an auditorium or like a gym, right? Or like some kind of like office setting space where like they're doing education, and a stupid ass private comes in just looking lost, looking confused, and the instructor's like, "Why are you here?" I don't know. Is this the class that I was told to come to this place, to this room, to this building? I don't even know what I'm doing. What is this? Yeah, for real. That's how it is. It's still like that.
The lieutenant is like, "What do you want?" The sergeant is like, "This private's not on the roster." To which the lieutenant goes, "So put him on the roster."
Yep.
Okay, boom. Mission successful. Jack may be the only person ever to go AWOL so that he could go to war.
Yeah.
So they notify Camp Geiger back in North Carolina.
He's also quite possibly the first person to go AWOL and nobody noticed. He's still expected to be at another unit. So, doing machine gun training. So
Jack Lucas is here now and we're not sending him back. So now he is at Camp Elliott in California. And Camp Elliott is, I mean, they're training, but it's basically just they're there for a couple of months or a couple of weeks while they're getting moved closer and closer to the Pacific Theater to go into combat. So during the day, they're doing stuff, you know, they're like moving supplies, administrative bullshit, but every night they're going out, they're getting hammered, going out on the town. This might be their last chance some of them ever have to have a good time, so that's exactly what they're doing. And Jack, you gotta remember, he's still 14. He's feeling kind of self-conscious. He's got a bunch of other 17, 18, 19, 20-plus-year-old Marines talking and bragging about all the women they're sleeping with and how much they're drinking and all the crazy
and poor Jack here, he's probably never even seen a boob.
Stuff they've done. So in a desperate attempt to look cool, he reaches into his bag and he pulls out his 38 caliber revolver, actually his mom's 38 caliber revolver that he took with him, and he's just sitting on his bunk twirling it on his finger. It was fucking loaded and he fires off a round through a couple of tents. Luckily nobody was hurt, but Jack is like,
my bad.
All right, well,
sorry.
Time to mail that back home. So he mails that back home to his mom.
Shut up, what the fuck are you doing, man? Where did you get that shit? It's my mom.
So
I can't believe wow, dude. They didn't do any kind of like inspection of, they check for this shit now. Make you empty your bags and they'll sift through it, make sure you're not supposed to, but again, back in the day, bro.
With a gun. Mission failed completely. What else can we do to look cool? I know. What does any military service member, regardless of branch, do immediately upon graduating training? They go out and they get a tattoo. Okay, sidebar.
Yeah.
Yes, I realize that I'm covered in tattoos and there's like 5 guns on the couch behind me and I'm basically making fun of myself at this point, okay? I get it.
Yeah.
Anyways, the real question here is what is this young 14-year-old Marine gonna get for his very first and probably his only tattoo? Well, obviously, we're gonna go with the Marine Corps Globe and Anchor, right? It's iconic. Every Marine's got a tattoo of it. That's what we're getting. But Jack opts for a little bit of a different version and he replaces the globe with the head of a bulldog. So now that he's cool enough, he's going out every night, he's drinking with the Marines, he's partying before they get shipped off to war. And this is where things start to go a little sideways. He starts getting into a little bit of trouble. One day, they're at this outdoor bar. He's wearing his garrison cap, also known as a piss cutter, and he's talking to a group of women with his friend group, and then some other group of Marines comes up, and the biggest guy there picks on him because he's the shortest. He's 5'8", but he's 180 pounds. He's stocky. He's a boxer. He's not the first, I think he's 15 at this point. He's not the first 15-year-old that you'd want to mess with.
Yeah.
So this older Marine, attempting to punk him, walks up to him, grabs a hat off the top of his head and turns it sideways and says, "Hey, you look like Napoleon." At which point, Jack immediately knocks this dude out cold. So he gets into a little bit of trouble for that. Then the weekend comes around and one of the Marines has a brilliant idea. Hey, we're in California. We should go to Tijuana. So now the 15-year-old Marine is going to party with all the other Marines
in Mexico,
in Tijuana, which once again, I'm just going to have to let you imagine how that goes.
It's a horrible idea, but I guarantee they had a phenomenal time. Let me tell you something. As a 19-year-old, I had no business roaming the fucking streets of the red light district in Germany, but there I was. Lots of debauchery there.
Well, we caught the infamous Fogo.
Wait for me, Nicola. Wait for me on the outside.
We were gonna go to Hawaii.
And this is pretty much the new norm until November of 1943 when the entire unit gets sent out to Hawaii. And while they're there, there's not much time to goof off. Things are moving quick. His unit finds out that they are going to be invading this island called Tarawa, and apparently it's going to be a big deal. So Jake takes his time to write potentially his final letters home, sends those off, and then helps keep getting ready to go off to war. The day finally comes. They're going to load up on the boats and get ready to take off. Jack is pumped. He's finally getting to go off to war. This is exactly what he's been wanting for years at this point. So they're forming up by the ramp of the boat. They got a guy there with the roster. As soon as he calls your name, you say here, and then you go and you get on the boat, okay? They called Jack Lucas, and they say fall out to the Colonel so-and-so's office. Oh.
Shit.
Okay, at this point, Jack's shitting bricks. He has no idea what's going on. He goes into the Colonel's office. The Colonel sits him down and is like, look, son, you know we screen the mail when you send it out of the base, right? To make sure you're not telling anybody anything they're not supposed to know. And Jack's like, I didn't know that. And then it dawns on him. He mentioned in one of his letters that he was 15 years old, and now the Corps knows the truth. The Colonel informs Jack that he is doing the paperwork to get him separated and chaptered out of the United States Marine Corps, at which point Jack tells the Colonel, if you do that, I'm just going to go to the Army, and they're not going to check, and they're not going to care. This stops the Colonel in his tracks, and he stops filling out the paperwork, and he's thinking about what to do.
He's like, you know
and
what,
it dawns
little
on
man?
him, the best thing he can do to help this reckless kid is to keep him here as a Marine, where he can keep an eye on.
Exactly.
So that's what the Colonel does. He ends up making Jack the garbage truck driver.
He's like, I don't trust those other branches to keep you safe. You can stay here. And I'm just going to do my damnedest to make sure that you don't see a lick of fucking combat until you're actually old enough. Maybe playing kind of like the father figure role. Because, I mean, dude, you kind of have to in this situation. He's 15. In a profession like this.
On the base. So Jack is absolutely furious. All of his buddies are going off to war, and now he's a garbage man. So one day, Jack's driving the garbage truck. He's got to pull over, get some gas. So he pulls over at this gas station / automotive repair shop, and he's looking around, and there's like this little impound lot. And in this little impound lot, sitting up on some blocks, is this badass 1935 black Auburn convertible.
Damn.
And he ends up asking the gas station attendant, like, hey, what's up with this cool ass sports car? And the attendant is like, oh, some millionaire abandoned it after they attacked Pearl Harbor. It's just been sitting there. If you want it, we'll sell it to you for like $150. So Jack gets two of his buddies. They pool their money together. They buy this 1935 Auburn convertible. Problem, it has no rims and no tires. However, he's going to strategically acquire some from the Army. Okay?
From the motor pool. Hell yeah.
Gets those put on, fixes the canvas convertible part with some canvas that he also tactically acquires from the Army. So now he's got a car, but here's the problem. He's 15. He doesn't have a driver's license, and the car's not registered because it's basically stolen.
Yeah.
But here's the upside. This is a really fancy car. And not only is this a really fancy car just by normal car standards, this is a really fancy car, and it's in Hawaii in the 1940s. Meaning nobody else has a car like this in Hawaii. And
you're going to stick out like a sore thumb in this thing.
Whoever paid the money to have this imported to Hawaii spent a ton of money to do it. So nobody has the balls to pull this car over, because whenever they see some young private driving this thing, they just automatically assume, oh, that's got to be like the personal attendant to some general or something, and he's driving the general's car.
Someone really high ranking, or like a politician or something, and they have their own little driver.
Are on very official business. I'm not
Brad,
gonna
what's
fuck
good?
with them. So now Jack and his two buddies, a couple of Marines, have a car that they're never going to get pulled over in, cruising around Hawaii. It is at this point that things start to go sideways. Jack is not handling the fact that all of his buddies went off to war without him very well, and every time he gets liberty, he goes out, he gets drunk, and he ends up getting in a fight. He goes on 17 liberties, he gets in 17 fights, he gets arrested 17 times.
Oh my God.
And on the 18th liberty, he gets in an 18th fight, and this fight is with some 6'3" pretty boy Marine that they're putting on all the posters and the billboards for recruiting. And Jack ends up beating the shit out of this dude and messing up his pretty face, at which point he gets thrown in the brig and he's awaiting trial by a military court for 45 days. They drag him outside and make him break rocks all day long. After 45 days of that, he finally gets his court date and his official
I mean, I've seen people get kicked out for that, so like 45 days. Nova, not yet, girl. Chill. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. I will. I promise. And you got to take your medicine. Go.
Is time served plus 30 days of bread and water. Bread and water is a Navy punishment that's been around pretty much since the inception of the country, and they didn't get rid of it until 2019. What it originally was back in the day was basically solitary confinement, except for your meals, you get 2 slices of bread and 1 glass of water.
Yeah.
And then in 1909, they decided that 30 days, which was the maximum sentence, was too much, and they reduced it down to a maximum of 7 days on bread and water that was allowed. Now, this is the 1940s. That's later than 1909. How on earth did Jack just get sentenced to 30 days of bread and water? Well, the workaround, if you really upset somebody, is they'll still sentence you to 30 days, but once a week you'll get 1 normal meal and like an hour outside of your cell. That way it resets the clock on your 7-day punishment.
So they can continue to fuck you over and over and over again because they're mad. Yeah.
Because you just can't go 30 days unbroken without a normal meal. So
it's kind of like the military has to allow you sleep, but it doesn't have to be continuous. So, for instance, they let you sleep for an hour and then they wake you up, and then they let you sleep for another hour and they can wake you up again, and so forth and so forth and so forth. They have to allow you, I think it's like 7 or 8, but it doesn't have to be consecutive. So it's up to you to fall asleep as fast as you can whenever you get the opportunity to go to sleep. It's shitty.
They give you 1 meal to reset the clock. So that sucks, but he gets through it. By the time he gets out, it's May 1944. Meeks back up with his buddies. They still got the car. Everything's good, okay? You just got out of jail.
By the way, Brad, we'll be doing music tomorrow. I don't know if that's what you were here for, but we don't do music here on YouTube. We do that on Twitch. Nova, I know.
What's the first thing you do? You're a 16-year-old Marine. Obviously, we're going to go steal a bunch of booze and get hammered.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
So Jack and his buddies decide they're going to go. They're going to get 15 jerry cans, and they're going to sneak into the harbor at night onto a naval vessel and fill them with all the booze from the naval vessel's reserves. Okay, it goes great. They get away with it. They get 15 jerry cans full of beer, and they bring it back to the company, and everybody starts drinking. They have a great time. After a couple hours, all the booze is gone. Jack and his 2 buddies, it's okay, we'll go get more. They grab the empty jerry cans, they throw them in the car, they hop in the car, they drive back
I feel like it's gonna
to
go
the
south
same
now.
exact ship.
Yeah,
they literally return to the scene of the crime,
that's...
and they end up crashing the car along the way.
Yeah,
so
see?
the other 2 buddies, they bail out, but Jack was sitting in the middle seat, so he didn't have time to jump out. He ends up getting tackled by the MPs, and they got him. Jack, being the homie that he is, refuses to rat on anyone, gets 45 days of breaking rocks awaiting his court date, has his court date, gets sentenced, 30 days, bread and water again.
I could honestly eat it for every meal, or just eat it all the time without even stopping. That makes you fat. Bread makes you fat?
Smooth, sophisticated feel, refined look. But these napkins aren't just elegant.
So he does his time, he gets out, and when he gets out, something's different. There's hundreds of ships now, okay? There's a ton of Navy dudes, way more Marines. All the ships are sending Higgin boats ashore to let all their guys go on leave, get supplies, and so on. And he figures there's hundreds of ships out there. One of them has to have my cousin, Sam Lucas, on it, right? So he decides that he's gonna hop in one of these Higgins boats and ride out to one of the ships and start asking around, see if he can maybe figure out where his cousin's at. So that's what he does. He just hops onto one of these Higgins boats, gets ferried out to a naval vessel. Nobody's really asking questions or verifying anything. They're going back and forth all day long. It's really not that big of a deal. So he gets onto this U.S. naval ship.
They really fucked up by going back. That was highly stupid of them. They got away with it, man. Like stealing money from a bank and then going back the very next day to the same exact bank at the same exact time and trying it again.
Ship, it's the USS Duel. He gets up, starts asking around like, hey, does anybody know my cousin? His name's Sam Lucas. And holy shit, the very first ship out of a couple hundred is the same exact ship that his cousin's on. Not only that, but his cousin is on board right now, and he's in the infirmary because he's getting stitches because somebody smashed him in the face with a beer bottle in a bar fight.
Oh, okay.
Apparently it runs in the family.
It does.
So he goes, he meets up with his cousin, they're having a little reunion, they're hanging out, and the time comes, he should probably, hop back on a Higgins boat and make his way back to the base. base. He's on leave, but obviously he can't sleep on the ship. He doesn't have a bed here. At which point his cousin Sammy is like, hey, most of us are just sleeping on the deck of the ship anyways, partying. Nobody wants to be like, you know, down in the dungeon where the cots are. It's so nice outside. We're just sleeping out in the open. You could sleep here too. And he's like, okay, perfect. So he just stays the night there. Then while they're hanging out that night, Sam explains to him that they're gearing up for some big, huge island invasion, a massive battle that all these ships are going to be going to.
And he's like, yeah, I think I'm just going to hang on this boat for a while. That'd be great.
At which point Jack is like,
interesting.
Fuck it, I'm staying here. I'm going to stow away on the ship. Nobody's going to notice because there's hundreds of dudes just sleeping on the deck of every ship, and I blend right in. I have a Marine uniform. Genius. I look like everybody else.
All the stars aligned. Dude. So many stars aligned for this kid to go to combat. Because look at all the trouble he got in. Man, for a lot of us, and especially and even back then, and even now, for a lot of us, those types of actions with those types of punishments, man, they're liable to just kick you the fuck out. He got so many chances. But then again, that one commander was like, you know, I think that's why he did get so many chances, because the one colonel was like, I'm going to make sure that you're good here in the Marines, instead of, because he was like, I'm just going to go to the Army if it doesn't work out here. So, but he's lucky he didn't get kicked out. But anyways, so many stars aligned for him to be able to, no, I haven't, but I want to watch it. If you want to stick around until after this is done, we can watch it together. And Katai told me who's playing Johnny Cage. I don't even need to see the trailer. I'm gonna watch it. If it has Carl Urban, I'm watching it. I don't even need to see the trailer. I don't even need to know the name of the movie. But yeah, we'll watch it. I'm down. Exactly. You know what the fuck I'm talking about.
It's gonna know that I'm here. I'm just gonna stay here and end up going to battle so I can finally fight the Japanese. Yet again, going AWOL so that he can go to war, he just starts living on the ship. And this goes on for 29 days. On day 29, his cousin Sam is like, okay, are you sure that you want to do this, dude? Because on day 30, you legit, it's no longer like you were AWOL, you weren't where you're supposed to be in the military. You become a legitimate fugitive, and they're going to send your picture to every sheriff's department in the country. Hearing this, it dawns on Jack like, oh shit, I really don't want my mom and my family and all my friends seeing me on wanted posters being a fugitive from the law. I better go turn myself in. So he goes to the captain of the ship, explains everything that happened, and the captain is like, bro, this is going to be so much paperwork. Why did you do this on my ship?
It is, dude. I got to tell somebody now. They're going to ask me questions. I'm going to look foolish as the commander because I don't know that I have a fucking 15, 16-year-old kid on my vessel who's AWOL. You might as well just stay on the boat, man. Just fucking go. Get out of my face. Go find a room. It's fine.
And the real problem is this is like a day or two before all the ships are supposed to leave to head off to Iwo Jima. So when the captain runs it up his chain of command, talks to his boss, some colonel, and is like, hey, I've got this stowaway that wanted to go and fight the Japanese. The colonel's like, I don't care what you do with them. Just figure out where to put him. At which point, Jack chimes into the conversation. Is like, actually, can I be stationed with the Marines right here on this ship? My cousin's here. It'd be great. At which point, the colonel's like, fucking sure, I don't care. Get out of my office. So at this point, the commander of the ship is like, okay, well, I guess you're with me.
And I love how, like, everyone around Jack seems annoyed, but for good reason, because, bro, he's a kid. Kids are annoying. They are, just like by nature, right? So that's hilarious to me.
I'll get the paperwork squared away and we're setting sail tomorrow, so I guess fucking find a bunk.
Oh, you finally saw Saving Private Ryan? Did you like it? How was it? How was the experience? I love that movie. The beginning is always hard to watch, but it develops really, really good.
Now, that original colonel that was the one that decided that Jack was going to stay in Hawaii so that he could keep an eye on him is kind of put in a very difficult situation because in order to stop this transfer, he has to admit that Jack is underaged and that he knew about it, which is going to get him in trouble. And that's assuming that he ever even found out about this in the first place before they set sail, which he probably didn't. Regardless, Jack is now headed off to storm the beach at Iwo Jima at the age of 17.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. This isn't just a restoration. It's a revival, because you know there's value in making space.
I've never seen Band of Brothers.
If you don't know, Iwo Jima is one of the bloodiest battles in American history. The
Yeah.
island itself is extremely strategically important because A, America needs it to build airfields to be able to bomb mainland Japan, and B, they can't allow Japan to have it because they'll set up radio arrays that are going to be able to give them a 2-hour warning whenever America does try to bomb if they don't have this island. This island is only 8 square miles, and the Japanese have built underground tunnel networks, pillboxes, and artillery positions all over it. There's over
Entrenched
20,000 Japanese soldiers
to
there
hell
that
and
have
back.
all been ordered that they are required to kill 10 Americans before they die themselves. The battle takes place in February of 1945, but the Americans
I would hate some. How do you even verify that? Maybe it's just like for motivation, right? You better kill 10 Americans before you die. But like, if you're actually serious about that, like, how do you even keep track? Whatever. Stupid ass shit.
have been bombing it and shelling it with naval gunfire since November of 1944. By the time the Marines got there to launch their amphibious landing, many of them described the island as looking like a burnt pork chop with no signs of life anywhere. Despite that, most of the Japanese soldiers survived by hiding in their underground cave networks. So bombing's not going to work. They're going to have to send in the Marines to clear out these caves in close quarters combat. And let me tell you, back in Grandpa's day, they did CQB a little bit different.
Oh yeah. Very different. So different, in fact, that I'm so jealous of them because, ooh, it would have been the biggest mistake Uncle Sam ever made if he would have gave me a flamethrower. That's just the fact of the matter. You love to see it, Cotton. That's good stuff.
During the attack, forces are pretty much going to be split in half. Half the forces are going to be taking over Mount Suribachi, and the other half are going to make their way north so they can take over the airfield. And
Brad, by the way, I'll be in Georgia in December, and I'll be in Columbus for like a day. I'll let you know what day that is, but like, if you want to, like, I don't know, go grab something to eat, chill for like a few. And then I'll probably I won't stay the whole day or like 2 days. I'm only gonna be there for 1 day at a doctor's appointment, and then probably like go see Jared because he's there, and then probably try to go see you or something. So bet. All right, cool.
Jack is going to be in the second wave landing on Red Beach, meaning that he will be making his way north to attack the airfield. The first wave launches and it's anticlimactic. There's no gunfire, there's no artillery, it's just the sound of the ocean and the roar of the engine. And some of the Amtraks and Higgins boats start making their way onto the beach and offloading their troops, and thousands of Marines get onto the beach. And that is when the Japanese attack. The Japanese intentionally let the Marines reach the beach before opening fire. That way they could create a bottleneck similar to a traffic jam. Ended up causing Amtraks and Higgins boats to crash into one another, sinking the boats in place. And now the second wave isn't able to launch because they're going to get hung up on all the wreckage of the other Higgins boats and Amtraks. Every square inch of this beach is covered by overlapping fields of machine gun fire and artillery.
Which basically dude... It's insane how many different perspectives from this one battle I've seen. So many different stories. Like, do you guys have any idea how many times I've seen this wall? This black wall of dirt? It's just insane, man. Like, the sheer amount of perspectives that we've watched and stories that we've heard. Just, I've seen this wall so many times, man.
And the only place the Marines have to take cover is inside the craters created by the bombings from America in the months prior.
Yeah.
Initially, it's chaos, but eventually the Marines were able to get organized enough to start having crews go out and start moving the wreckage of the Higgins.
Like, so many people had amazing stories, and they were like, but, I don't know, maybe 10, 50 feet apart. Maybe they didn't even know each other. But their paths combine, and like just great stories like this happen.
Boats and the Amtraks clearing a way for the second wave to make a landing. And after the 2 longest hours in these guys' lives, they finally launched the second wave.
Yeah.
Jack is riding in on a Higgins boat. He said the only thing he could hear was the roar of the engine and machine gun fire. Nobody was talking. He was literally sitting shoulder to shoulder with other men, and he felt completely alone. It was the loudest silence he'd ever heard in his entire life. For whatever reason, maybe he got too excited, or maybe he was...
That's how it sounded whenever we left Kazakhstan to fly into Afghanistan for the first time. As soon as the pilot said that we would be descending very, very fast, so as to avoid any kind of projectiles fired at the aircraft, as soon as dude, the whole plane went silent. The whole plane was already silent. There was like 120 of us on there, but as soon as we got on the plane to fly to Afghanistan from that other country, it was just silence the entire time. Nobody talked, nobody said anything, nobody spoke, nobody had conversation, no one did anything at all. It was dead silent the whole time into the country. All you could hear was just the plane.
Concerned that he was going to crash into the wreckage of another Higgins boat. The coxswain driving Jack's Higgins boat dropped the door too early. All the Marines run out and sink into the water up to their chest. But Jack, at 5'8", on the shorter side, is sunk into water up to his chin, and he has to look up to be able to breathe as he tries to run through the ocean into gunfire.
That's so horrible because you're already wearing so much gear and you're so heavy, and you got your helmet and you got your uniform, and that uniform is now soaked, and that uniform gets heavier when it gets wet. You got your rucksack, you got your ammo, you got your weapon, you got your knee pads, you got your elbow pads. If you weigh 180 with all this gear, you weigh 240 with the current. And man, that fucking blows, dude.
He ends up making it to the beach, and he's there pinned down for 2 hours. And then he said after 2 hours, he just came to the realization that if he heard the explosion, it had already missed him. And whatever was going to take him out, he was never going to know about. And other Marines were starting to realize this too, as they just became immune to the fear of this fight. And they all got up and started advancing forward inch by inch for hours. Jack keeps pushing.
That's how it was explained to us too. We were a little on edge about indirect fire, right? Mortars, right? Because they would shoot mortars at us all the time. And I was a little like nervous one day, and my sergeant was like, "Hey man, don't worry, you're fine. It's if you don't hear it." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, you heard that last one, right? It went right? Did you hear it?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, you're fine." He's like, "If you don't hear it, you're probably dead. And here's the best part. You won't even know because it'll happen that fast." I was like, "Thanks, Sergeant. That's great, man. You're a great motivational speaker. That's fantastic. Thank you for the pep talk."
And he keeps pushing, and he finally makes it to the very, very front of the front line. And as soon as he gets there, he is immediately sent back to the very base of the beach to receive a heavy machine gun with another Marine. Jack's pissed. He finally made it to the front line. He was finally going to get to engage the enemy, which has been his dream for like the past 4 years.
Yo, John,
but this isn't the time to argue. It's not the time to fight. He just turns back around, runs down the beach to get this gun. It's time to get shit done. Him and the other Marine get down there. They find a heavy machine gun. It's on a 2-wheel cart with a T-handle, so one guy on each side, and they're supposed to run it up the beach. The problem is the beach is made out of volcanic ash, and Jack said every single step forward he took, the ash moved beneath his feet 2 steps back. He said he felt like he was running up a hill made out of wheat. It takes Jack and this other Marine a while to get this gun moved up the beach, and once they get it there, they are both absolutely smoked. But the sun's already starting to go down, so everybody just kind of takes cover for the night and sets up defenses. It's the longest night of everybody's life. Nobody actually gets any sleep. The temperature drops. They're all wet. They're all cold. They're all shivering. The Japanese are known for launching bonsai attacks. At this point in the war, Japan had abandoned that practice because they didn't have enough men to go 1-for-1 with America anymore. But at this point, the Marines don't know that, so they're constantly on edge. Every noise out there could be them lurking up to launch a bonsai attack and try to bayonet them. In addition to that, that also makes them want to stay extremely quiet because they don't want to get mistaken for the Japanese sneaking up on anybody by another Marine in a different foxhole. So they're all just sitting there, shivering, cold, wet, dead quiet, waiting. Morning finally comes and they start making their way towards the airfield. The closer they get, the more and more enemy resistance they encounter. They start getting in a firefight here, a firefight there, and once they get close to the airfield, they actually end up taking over a Japanese trench that had been abandoned because the Japanese knew they were coming and fled into their cave network. Jack and his fire team absolutely were.
Y'all can hold and fight from that trench that y'all took. And y'all can use that as a rally point, medical, all that shit. That's good.
We're not about to try to follow them into the cave, so they just held their guns, pointed at the cave entrance, and called up a flame-throwing Sherman tank from the back. As the Sherman made its way there, the Japanese inside saw it coming and ran out of the cave, at which point Jack and his fire team opened fire. Jack shot one, and then he shot another, and then his gun jams.
Damn.
Jack ducks down into the trench to unjam his weapon, and at that moment, he sees 2 Japanese grenades sitting in the trench between him and the guy in front of him. At this point, Jack has 50 questions and he has to answer all of them in the span of a couple of milliseconds. Did the Japanese leave those grenades there? Are the pins still in them? Did they throw them in and we didn't notice because it's a...
How long ago did they throw them? Right? That's the most important question. These things work on a timer.
Firefight, and there's all kinds of crazy shit going on. If they did pull the pins and throw them into the trench, how long have they been there? Those grenades only have a 4-second fuse. Do I have time to yell grenade and have everybody get out of this trench?
Or should I jump on the grenades, or should I try to grab the grenades and throw them away from my teammates? Yeah, you got to answer all that shit super fast. That's rough.
Yell, are they going to hear me over the sound of this firefight? He doesn't know, so he has to assume the worst and that grenade is going to explode in a second. And with that, he accepts the fact that he is going to die in this trench at 17 years old. And the only question left is, does he want to die by himself, or does he want everybody else in the trench to die with him? Because right now, he is the only one that knows, and he is the only one that can do anything about it. And that's not a real question to begin with. So he immediately dives on the first grenade, using his chest to drive it into the volcanic ash, reaches over, grabs a second grenade, and pulls it into his chest as he screams grenade, and they blow up.
Chest, feet, and even down there. That's care everywhere, everywhere.
Chevy Silverado H.
Fucking balls. That's
pickup.
Hundreds of pieces of shrapnel are launched into his body as the force of the explosion flips him like a 180-pound pancake. He lands flat on his back. He feels like he's underwater. He can't move. Everything's numb and tingly. He hears a very loud, high-pitched ringing with the faint noise of a gunfight that's right next to him unfolding. After a few seconds, he feels the 2 Marines behind him step.
He took 2 grenades to the chest and survived it. I know that, like, the volcanic that explosion probably went downwards and upwards at the same time, so he probably didn't receive as much of a blast from the grenade that he pushed into the ground, but that still had force to it. And then the one right here, oh my goodness, Christ.
Over what they presume to be his dead corpse as they continue to advance towards the enemy, and suddenly Jack is alone. Unable to move, the only thing he can do is focus on spitting out and swallowing the blood currently running down his throat so that he doesn't drown. He's not sure how long he was alone, but he remembers being alone long enough to start praying to God to not let him bleed out. And then, more Marines hop in the trench, a whole fire team, and with them is a Navy corpsman, a medic, Doc. And what this corpsman sees is a 180-pound Marine covered from head to toe in blood. His clothes are completely shredded. His arm is mangled. He has one eye hanging outside of his skull by the optic nerve, and he is holding a grenade in his other hand. Apparently that one was a dud, and Jack had no idea that he was still holding on to it. The corpsman, not knowing the status of this grenade, acts fast. He grabs a grenade out of Jack's hand and throws it into the adjacent ditch that he presumes is empty, and then 2 Japanese soldiers pop out and attack. The corpsman ends up killing both of them and then immediately goes to work on Jack. He does everything he can for him on the spot. He gives him a morphine syringe. He shoves his eye back into his skull. He stops as much bleeding as possible, and then he gets 2 more Marines to grab a litter and start...
That's how he survived. Jesus. If he doesn't push that grenade into the ground, I don't know if that helped. Who knows? Or maybe he just got really, really lucky.
Hauling Jack back to the beachhead where they have an aid station set up. At this point, Jack is still wide awake and still completely unable to move as he watches 2 Marines carry his 180-pound body through the same exact volcanic ash that he was dragging that heavy machine gun up the day prior. Both these guys are completely smoked, but they're doing everything they can to help Jack out, and then eventually one of them trips and drops the litter. Jack falls off, smokes his head on a rock, but at this point, what's one more injury?
Exactly.
He makes it to the aid station, gets intubated while he's awake, which is not a pleasant experience, and then he finally gets knocked out.
Believe you me, it is not. It fucking sucks and it hurts.
Next thing he knows, he wakes up on a hospital ship. He's so doped up on drugs, time is completely relative. He can't tell the difference between days and hours, but he does remember the doctor coming in and explaining to him that the only reason that he's here is because the volcanic ash mixing with his blood acted like a super coagulant and prevented him from bleeding out. Then next thing he knows, they're getting him ready for another surgery. He doesn't know how many surgeries he's already...
Bro, that's the kind of shit that you hear in like the origin story to a superhero. What? It merged with your blood, and that's what saved your life. That's yo Skull. What's good, dog man? I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you? Hope you're having a good week.
Ash mixing with his blood acted like a super coagulant and prevented him from bleeding out. Then
I know. I wish I still had that old channel, John, but all good.
Next thing he knows, they're getting him ready for another surgery. He doesn't know how many surgeries he's already had. He just knows that the doctor told him this time that the infection is spreading and they might have to amputate his arm. So Jack begs the doctor to try to save his arm and do everything he can, and the doctor reluctantly agrees. Jack wakes up from the surgery, his arm's in a cast, and the doctor comes in and is like, okay, here's the deal. As a last Hail Mary to try to save your arm, we've taken some maggots and put the maggots in your infected wounds, and the maggots are ideally going to eat away all the infection and be able to save your arm.
Okay. Hopefully.
You worked hard to cross that finish line. Now it's time to celebrate those memories.
Hopefully that works. I have
Brings your victory to life.
Next thing he knows, he's on his way to Guam. Once he gets to Guam, he's in this hospital bay with like 5 other Marines. And then they go to take his cast off for the first time since he had it put on. And when they take it off, it is completely full of gray and yellow pus. And he said it was the most horrendous thing he has ever smelled in his entire life. All the other wounded Marines in this bay got up and left. And one of them literally had to crawl on the ground because he was so messed up. And he did it just to get away from the smell. And Jack said it was...
Oh my God, dude. These are Marines who went to a combat zone and smelled rotting flesh. They smelled dead bodies. They smelled war. And they're like, fuck this, I'm out. I can't do it.
So bad that he didn't blame any of them at all. He then ends up getting sent back to California where he undergoes over 20 surgeries. Over the course of these surgeries, they remove over 250 pieces of shrapnel from his body, ranging in size from a BB to a 22 caliber bullet. And that's just the shrapnel that they were able to get out. He will live the rest of his life with 8 pieces of shrapnel permanently lodged in his brain, 6 in his right lung, and over 100 pieces throughout the rest of his body. In addition to that, he now also has what he describes as tattooing all over his chest and arms because the volcanic ash was rocketed into his flesh and his wounds and is now healed into his skin. From there, he gets sent closer to home to a hospital in Charleston, South Carolina, where he undergoes a ton of PT, and he ends up getting medically discharged from the Marine Corps in September of 1945. And with that, he goes back home to Plymouth, North Carolina to live with Mom. And he's there for a couple of weeks, and he gets a phone call that he needs to report to Washington, D.C. on October 5th, 1945. So he shows up to DC. He's informed that they're having a huge ceremony where President Truman is going to give him and 14 other people the Medal of Honor. So he's waiting in line with all the other Medal of Honor recipients during this big ceremony.
He did jump on 2 live grenades, man. If that's not Medal of Honor worthy, I don't know what is. So yeah, fantastic.
It's his turn. He goes up. President Truman puts the Medal of Honor around his neck, goes to shake his hand. When he goes to shake his hand, he grabs his hand and then he grabs his shoulder, and it's the shoulder of his bad arm. And President Truman doesn't know this, but he is firmly grabbing his shoulder and digging his thumb directly into one of the still very fresh, very open wounds inside of his arm. And Jack is doing everything he can to keep his face straight for the camera, but inside he's just dying. Just at this point, President Truman, with his thumb still inside Jack's wound, goes, "Son, I would rather have this medal than be the president of the United States." At which point Jack is like, I'll trade you. With that, Truman kind of chuckles and sends him on his way, and now Jack is basically a celebrity. He is the youngest person of World War II to earn the Medal of Honor. He is the youngest Marine of all time to earn the Medal of Honor, and everybody knows his name. He's in all the news.
Bro, I bet you the bitches came crawling hella fast for this dude.
Papers. He's going to all these parties, all these events. He's going on war bond drives. He is having the time of his life. He's also doing a bunch of interviews, and one of the interviews he does is a national radio broadcast. And in this interview, he ends up requesting that people from all over America send his mother newspaper clippings of stories about him. And then he gives out his mother's address on national radio, not realizing what he's done. His poor mother receives over 50,000 pieces of mail, and
the amount of mail is not what I'm worried about. It's just the fact that you doxed your mom, which that wasn't even a term back then. It probably wasn't even a thought, to the whole nation. I'm not worried about the mail. I can live with that. 50,000 pieces of mail. It's the crazies that I'm worried about. Dude.
It completely overloads the tiny Plymouth, North Carolina post office. After a couple months, things die down and he finally gets to go back home, and he's in this really weird position because on one hand, he's a 17-year-old that's got an 8th grade education and his whole life ahead of him. But on the other hand, he's a combat veteran with the Medal of Honor and a full pension and disability. So he does what any military member does the second they get back from a deployment and have a ton of cash. He buys a brand new Chevy. That didn't take very long. Now he still has to figure out what to do. And he's like, I mean, I guess I did promise my mom I'd go back to school when I got back. So he enrolls in high school. Okay,
dude, could you imagine? You lived his life, you go to combat. By the time you're 17, you got the Medal of Honor. You've seen the worst parts of the world. You've seen the worst parts of war. You're decorated. You're essentially a full grown ass man. The only thing that says otherwise is that 1-7 on your age. So imagine going to high school, being this guy, and like, dude, you're like years ahead of everybody. You're years ahead of everybody, and they're your age. You're their age. You're having to look at these kids that they probably don't know fuck about fuck. And you've done what you've done, and you've seen what you've seen. And you're sitting in a classroom with Stacy. And Stacy's annoying. And she's a daddy's girl, and she complains all the time. Can you imagine?
So we're all on the same page. Jack is rolling up to his first day of his freshman year of high school in a brand new Chevy with 3 years in the Marine Corps under his belt, a 6-month prison sentence under his belt, the Medal of Honor, both conventional and unconventional tattoos. Okay, guess who he's taking to prom? Probably whoever he wants, but I guess that's also assuming that he wants to go to prom, because it probably doesn't sound very fun after you've been partying in Tijuana with the Marines. Getting right out of the gate, he realizes something is horribly wrong. First day of school, very first class, everybody sits down, gets quiet, the teacher's talking. He's looking around like, okay, nobody else is hearing this. It's clearly just me, because all Jack hears is yeah, you gotta remember, he was in a firefight with an M1 Grand shooting 30-06 rounds with no hearing protection, okay? This 17-year-old doesn't have tinnitus, he's got 11-itis. So he immediately takes some time off school, goes out, goes to the VA, gets fitted for hearing aids. I can only imagine the VA was still skeptical, you know, like,
is your hearing really service related?
After he gets a hearing aids, he does great in high school, goes on, graduates. Then he decides he's going to go to college. Again, I would pay money to read this guy's college application or to be a fly on the wall when they were reviewing the college applications. He goes on, graduates college with a business degree. Then he goes to work for the VA. 1954, he ends up getting married. His new bride has 2 sons from a previous marriage that he treats as his own.
Hell
and
yeah.
then she gives him another son. From that point on, he's just kind of living life, you know, 9-to-5 job, white picket fence, couple of kids, a wife, you know,
the normal
whole
life.
shtick. And then one day he wakes up and he's 40 years old and he's like, this shit's boring. I want to do something cool. I should, like, I don't know, conquer the rest of my fears. I literally only have one fear left, and that's heights for some reason. So how can I conquer my fear of heights? That seems like something exciting to do.
Heights seems like such a given everything you've been through and everything you've had to do, heights just seems like such a like irrational fear to have for someone like this. But hey, everyone has their fears, so you got to remember. Well, yeah,
I know, I'm gonna re-enlist in the United States military, except this time I'm gonna join the Army
and go
to
airborne.
join the 82nd Airborne Division and become a paratrooper so I can conquer my fear of heights. And that's exactly what he does.
I thought he was just gonna go skydiving. Nope, he decided to go the badass way, badass route.
He somehow manages to get into the 82nd Airborne and become a paratrooper. So he joins in 1961, does great, starts doing training jumps. He's kind of like conquering his fear of heights, you know? It's pretty cool. You just jump out of the plane. There's a rope attached to your parachute. As soon as you get so far away from the plane, it automatically pulls the parachute for you. There's a jerk. You fall to the ground. That kind of hurts for a second, but ultimately, you're fine. Okay, then one day he's doing another training jump. He's the last man to jump out of the plane this time. No big deal. He's done this like 20 other times. It's just another day. It's another jump from 1,200 feet, right? So he goes, all the other guys jump out in front of him. He's the last man out of the plane. He jumps out, and then he waits. And he waits.
Oh, no.
There's no jerk. He looks up, his parachute's all tangled up.
Reserve.
It's not catching any wind. He tries to open it up. He tries everything they taught him how to do. Nothing works. So he gets rid of it, pulls his reserve chute. The same exact thing happens. Fuck. Okay, he's panicking. He's flying past other people that have their parachutes open on his way down to the ground. It's just going to be a matter of seconds. And he's like, I mean, I'm probably done, but the best chance I have at maybe surviving this is landing feet first and doing the little combat roll like you're supposed to do when you have the parachute attached. So,
which is, yeah, your ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, and then your head. That's how they teach you how to land. It's like 5 points of contact, pretty much.
Well, fuck it, I guess I'll try it. And that's what he does. He collides with the ground, feet first, does his little roll thing, and then stands back up completely fine. Okay, this man's got plot armor and a plot parachute, okay? I don't know what he had planned for the rest of the evening, but I'm willing to bet it was to find John Connor. And just to be clear, when I say he was unscathed...
Can you imagine being a paratrooper that, like, you jump, and then you're just, like, floating, and then you see a teammate falling out of the fucking sky towards the ground at terminal velocity, and then you land and you're like, oh my god, dude, somebody died. Wait, you're alive? How?
He was completely unscathed. He did another training jump 2 weeks later. He said that first jump after the accident, he didn't hesitate at all. He jumped right out. He wasn't scared one bit, which sounds counterintuitive. You would think if anything would make your fear of heights a little bit worse, it would be jumping out of a plane with...
Yeah, but that's someone who's not named Jack Lucas, because you got to remember, Jack Lucas ate a grenade to the whole ass face. So this kind of really is nothing.
No parachute, but then you think about it and you're like, well, yeah, no shit, you weren't scared. What's the worst that happens? Your parachute doesn't open and then you're the main character and you're completely fucking fine? Why would you possibly be scared of heights anymore? He goes on to complete 45 jumps between 1961 and 1965. He got out in 1965 when he found out that the United States Army was not going to allow him to deploy to Vietnam because he was a Medal of Honor recipient. So he's like, well, this is lame. I've conquered my fear of heights. Deuces, I'm out.
Oh man.
When your business is growing out of control, it can be disordered.
There we go. All right. Yeah, well, I mean, dude, when you join the military, you gotta mature fast. You don't really have a choice. Not to say that it wasn't a smooth road for him. He got in a lot of trouble. That was growing pains, man. What he experienced in the military with the Marines when he was 14, 15, and 16 is what normal kids were experiencing with their moms and their dads. But he was so young and he was in the Marines that his mom and his dad was the Marine Corps. So, yeah, he had to learn faster than most, right? So what he learned in 2 years, it probably took other kids that weren't in the service, I don't know, until they were like 21 to figure it out. Oh, shit.
He opens up a butcher shop. Remember, he's a business major. That's what he went to college for. So he runs it really, really well. And over the course of the next decade, he grows that business. He opens up multiple butcher shops, multiple storefronts. He ends up owning a ranch where they actually raise the cattle that he slaughters in his butcher shops and sells at his stores. During this same period of time that he's growing the business, he unfortunately ends up getting a divorce from his first wife, and then he ends up getting another wife by the name of Earlene. They end up having 2 more kids, and she brings several kids from a previous marriage as well. I'm just gonna level with you. Jack is doing pretty well financially at this point in his life, okay? He's rich. He's like living in a 15-bedroom mansion with multiple sports cars and a pet chimpanzee that wears a dress. Rich. No, I'm not exaggerating. That's all true. Then one day he gets a call from the IRS and is like, hey, why haven't you paid taxes in like 2 years? And he's like, what are you talking about? So then he calls up the accountant, and the accountant looks into it, and his wife, who does the bookkeeping, has apparently elected to just not pay the taxes. Not only has she not been paying the taxes, she's also been taking money out of the business that Jack didn't know about.
Bitch.
No, don't like that.
No,
so Jack is
not
understandably pretty upset. He's trying to run a business and his wife is embezzling. So he cuts her off from the money, works really hard to get everything settled and squared up with the IRS so he doesn't get his ass sent to prison. And then one day he gets a call while he's sitting down to dinner, and he answers it, and they're like, is this Jack Lucas? And he's like, yeah. And he goes, this is so-and-so from the Maryland State Police. We need you to come by the station. We've had a report about some of the product from one of your stores. And he's like, shit, somebody got food poisoning, or he's going to get in trouble. They're going to shut down his shops. Like, everything is just going to hell in a handbasket. This is going to ruin his entire life. So he's like, okay. He goes out, goes to meet up with the Maryland State Police. So he shows up to the police department. The state police are like, okay, here's the deal. Nothing's wrong with your store or your product or anything. That was all a cover up. We just needed to get you here to talk to you, and we couldn't let anybody else know why you were coming. At first, Jack is relieved, and then the cops tell him, the real reason we called you here is because we've been informed that your wife is going to try to murder you. Earlene, Jack's wife.
Damn. Cut her off from the money. And because she probably only married him for the money to fucking begin with, or maybe there was actually true love there from the beginning, who knows? I don't know. But she plotted to kill him. And even in the 60s, there were still people that were good enough to call the police on that shit, because I'm assuming that I've seen this before, and I'm assuming that the ladies of the 60s are just as dumb as the ladies of today, because I saw a story of like a couple of years ago. This lady tried to hire someone to kill her husband, and the person she thought she was hiring was FBI. She went to jail. And they told the husband too. They were like, your wife has been plotting to kill you. He's like, what? And same story. He owned a lot of properties, and they got married, and she was kind of crazy. They broke up, and she no longer had access to the funds, and blah, 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 and holy shit.
Apparently approached one of the butcher shop employees and asked for his help to kill Jack.
Right.
He apparently went along with it and then immediately went to the police, and now the police are setting up a sting operation to catch his wife. And now the Maryland State Police need to get Jack on board with this sting operation because they're planning to murder him tomorrow. So the current murder plot is that the butcher shop employee and a guy named Jerry, who is...
Yo, what a crazy life this guy's had.
Jack's stepdaughter.
He almost died in combat. He almost died jumping out of planes. And he almost died to a woman. Lord have mercy. He's been through a lot, one would say.
Daughter's husband are gonna sedate him at
Yo, hold on, I gotta go back. I missed a key piece.
Him tomorrow. So the current murder plot is that the butcher shop employee and a guy named Jerry, who is Jack's stepdaughter's husband, are gonna sedate him at one of the butcher shops after work. Then while he's unconscious, they're gonna load him into his car, drive him out to his cattle ranch where he has a little cabin, and then they're gonna meet up with Earlene. She's gonna have the getaway vehicle and the gun. Now, in addition to that, the cops wanted to make sure they had somebody with a gun in the room at all times in case things went sideways. So they had the butcher shop employee go to Earlene and Jerry and was like, hey, I actually know a hitman. And they're like, oh my God, see if he'll help us. And he's like, good news, my hitman buddy said that he would help us. That's the undercover cop. So now there's an undercover cop that they think is a hitman that's just like consulting for them, that's helping them with this operation as well. So the next day rolls around, and sure enough, Jerry calls up Jack and is like, hey, me and some of the butcher shop guys and another one of my buddies are all gonna have some beers after work. You should come by. To which Jack is like, absolutely, I'll be there. Jack shows up. Jerry conveniently already has a beer open for him, hands it to him. Jack pretends to take a drink out of it because he knows that there's sedatives in that beer, and then he's like, I gotta go take a piss. He goes over to the bathroom, dumps a sedative beer in the sink, throws away the bottle. He's already stashed another beer bottle in that bathroom. He pulls that out, opens it, goes out, sits at the table, starts drinking with the rest of the guys.
Y'all are some smooth little operators, man. I like this.
As he starts drinking more and more, he kind of starts to act, you know, more and more sedated.
Drunk,
he starts kind of like, you know, nodding his head and pretending like he's falling asleep. He's really selling it, okay? He should have been an actor. And he ends up just, you know, passing out altogether, and he lets these 3 dudes load him up in his own car. So they're all headed out to the ranch to kill him. The hitman, the undercover cop, decides that he's going to light up a cigarette and have a smoke during the drive, at which point Jerry is like, hey, put out the cigarette. Jack doesn't like people smoking in his fancy car. At which point Jack is pretending to be unconscious, but he's actually fighting for his life to not laugh. Because, like, motherfucker, you're murdering me right now, and you're worried about somebody smoking in my car.
Right?
Like, I don't know. It was just funny to him. So, like, his belly kind of starts to jiggle a little from laughing, and the undercover cop, like, smacks his belly secretly to get him to stop. But then he, like, you know, oh, this guy's not going to care for long. Ha, ha, ha. But really, he was just smacking him to get him to quit laughing.
That's so good.
I mean, let's face it. At this point, Jack's got plot armor. He knows he's going to be fine. Who cares?
Yeah.
So they get to the ranch. They get Jack unloaded and into the cabin, at which point Erlene's not there with the gun, and everybody's kind of like, well, what the fuck? And Jerry's like, oh, I actually talked with her. She's down the street at the gas station. We're gonna go get her. Okay, me and hitman undercover cop guy are gonna hop in the car. We're gonna go pick her up. Butcher shop employee, you stay here. Make sure he stays unconscious. Okay, good. They go to get Erlene. They swing by the gas station. Erlene follows them in her car back to the ranch, at which point they arrive and cops are already there ready to stop the whole scenario. The undercover cop in the car with Jerry pulls his gun out, points it at him, says something cool like, ha, gotcha, you son of a bitch. And then the whole crime is over. Erlene had brought a gun, and that was enough evidence to be able to convict her to
because intent.
guarantee that she was actually going to go through with this murder. And here's the kicker. Jack owned a lot of guns. He had a lot of money. He was a veteran. He liked guns. Of all the guns he had, she elected to grab his 38 caliber pistol. His mother's 38 caliber pistol.
The same one that, oh my God.
Same one that he had in the Marine Corps twirling around his finger in the tent that he had accidentally shot off. His most sentimental weapon, and she was going to shoot.
What a devil woman.
Him in the head with it. And despite that, Jack goes to court and testifies on her behalf because he doesn't want the mother of his kids in prison for 20 years, which is what she was facing, and she gets pleaded down to 10 years of probation. Obviously,
well, then Jack is just like the best guy on the planet because I'm not doing that.
They still separate. They get a divorce. He ends up moving back to North Carolina, buys a plot of land, sets up a detachable garage, buys a mobile home, and he's just kind of living there. Then him and Erlene's oldest son, Kelly, comes to live with him, and that's what he's got going on. He kind of let everything else in his life go. He's living in this mobile home, and everything just kind of is what it is. Then, before Jack can
That's good living for me, really.
even get the city to run a water line out to his new mobile home, the neighbor ends up lighting his mobile home on fire with him in it because he didn't want neighbors. So he wakes up in the middle of the night to the smell of smoke. Him and Kelly get out of the mobile home. The entire thing burns completely to the ground. He loses everything, all of his guns, all of his pictures, letters, all of his stuff from his time in the service. And the next morning, the only thing he's able to pull from the ashes of his mobile home is the actual star itself from the Medal of Honor. This ends up making it into the papers, you know, war hero, almost assassinated by his wife, has his house burnt down. Now he basically has nothing. At this point, one of his buddies from Maryland hits him up and is like, hey, I got this new property. I'm building a farmhouse out in the country. Why don't you just, you know, come help me with it if you don't got anything else going on? So he's like, okay, fuck it. Sure. I mean, I don't have anything else to do. So he goes back to Maryland, and he's basically camping at night and then working on this farmhouse during the day, him and his son, Kelly. They're there for 2 weeks, and then the cops show up and arrest him because this property has a bunch of marijuana growing on it, and they think that he's a marijuana farmer.
Come on.
Again, this makes it into the papers. War hero, Medal of Honor recipient, caught caught growing marijuana, and his name's plastered all over the papers, and then it finally ends up getting dismissed in court because they realize, oh, he's only been here for 2 weeks and these are fully matured marijuana plants. There's no way he was doing this intentionally or doing it at all. So he ends up getting let go and the whole thing kind of goes away, but he's like, the dude just can't catch a break. So
he really can't. Did he at least get to keep the weed?
Ends up moving back to North Carolina to his property where his burnt down mobile home was, and now he's living inside of the detached garage. And to make things worse, the IRS starts garnishing all the money he gets from being a Medal of Honor recipient and his disability checks, because apparently the situation with Erlene was worse than he had originally thought, and he apparently still owes the IRS money, so they're taking all of his government benefits as well. Once again, the newspapers hear about this, they run with the story. A veterans organization finds out, and they put a ton of pressure on the IRS to fucking knock it off. The dude's a Medal of Honor recipient.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have to pay taxes, period.
Ever.
Let alone have his fucking benefits garnished because you think he owes you money. The IRS takes so much backlash, they end up giving him his benefits back, and the federal government steps in and ends up making it a law that veterans' benefits are immune to creditors and they cannot be garnished by the IRS whatsoever. After
Get fucked, nerds.
that fiasco, he ends up getting in touch with one of his old friends from the military, and he decides that he's going to go out and visit him in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And while he's there, he absolutely falls in love with the town, and he decides that he's going to move there. He buys a house. He meets a lovely lady by the name of Ruby. He describes her as pretty, smart, and possessing the virtue of unlimited patience. He asks her to marry him. She agrees. And Jack Lucas finally got to live happily ever after. And that
it took a
is
while.
the story of the United States Marine
That's
Corps'
awesome.
youngest Medal of Honor recipient, America's indestructible Marine, Jack Lucas. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com.
Dude,
Quack bang.
You really couldn't kill this man. At all. So many people tried. And the only ones that came the closest were the Japanese. Brad, are you still here? So we can check out this trailer? I can't imagine you're still here. But that was great. I think I said everything I needed to say. I don't think I have anything left to add on that one. That one was really good. That one was really fun. That one should be... There's portions of that should be a movie. Maybe not like his whole story. There were like some... I don't want to say boring because he tells the stories really, really good. But like on screen, there's just some parts of this that just like wouldn't go. But yeah, still, at least the combat parts. Then again, who knows? If you can encapsulate all of that into like a 2-hour film, then good on you. All right, let's find this. Oh, the worst internet gun fails from 2 days ago. That's what y'all mentioned. Okay, yeah. I want to watch this trailer. I want to watch this trailer first. And maybe. We'll see. You said there's 2 trailers, so we'll check out both of them probably. Let's see. Oh, one from 5 hours ago. Watch the teaser first. Okay, I got you. Let me just type in. Oh, 1 minute. Okay, right here. All right. I see Scorpion in the thumbnail of that one, and dude, I saw the last Mortal Kombat. I feel like it came out so long ago. The fact that there's a sequel to this is like, it was kind of surprising to me because after the first movie, well, not the first, because obviously the first was like in the 90s, but you know, the most recent Mortal Kombat, it was all right. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it either. It was just like right there in the middle for me, really. And I don't remember really too much from it. I do remember like a kind of anticlimactic fight between Scorpion and Sub-Zero, I think, but all right, let's do the teaser. For this, hold on, time out.
With Asana.
Hold on. But I am down for this. I am down to watch this. Whenever it, what, dude, as soon as I get time, I'm gonna go see the new Superman movie, but I just haven't had the time. Unless it shows up on a streaming platform before I can actually get to a theater. And in that case, I'll just watch it on a streaming platform or I'll just rent it. But
AI teammates are here to help keep work on track. Try it for free.
Hold on now. Dude, I'm so glad that they cast Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. That's so good. And I was like low-key kind of upset that we didn't get to see Johnny Cage in the first film because he wasn't in it. So thank you. This is great.
From New Line Cinema, the studio that brought you Cool Hand Cage, Hard to Cage, and Rebel Without a Cage, comes Uncaged Fury. Starring Johnny Cage.
So good.
It's showtime. They pissed him off. They fucked with his shades. They should have brought more guys. You should have brought more guys. Uncaged Fury. Coming to a theater near you this October.
Dude, that was good. That was a pretty good encapsulation of Johnny Cage. Because he's a movie star. He's an action star, right? And he always has like really good luck and shit. And it's just, yeah. Okay, that one was fun. That one was good. I'm actually kind of, hold on. We're gonna keep, let's go back. We got the teaser. Now it's, okay, this one's from 5 hours ago. Let's wait. We'll do that one last. Nope, this one's also same. It's just different. I just have different looking thumbnails, okay? This one has Scorpion, this one has Johnny Cage. This one's longer, though. One's Red Band, and the other one's, okay, so in the thumbnail, that's Luke Cage, was that Briggs? And that might be Sonya Blade. And, I forget his name, fuck. Fuck it, I'll click on this one. They all came out 5 hours ago. Dude, right? Yeah, the with the really deep voice and like the like coming this summer 2025, right? Which I think they still do, but that was like really over the top, which it's supposed to be that way. Johnny Cage is supposed to be over the top. It's supposed to be ridiculous. He's an action star, right? He's like, y'all know Mortal Kombat, then y'all know. There's no need for me to explain it. Because I know that there's like some people that don't know Mortal Kombat and don't know Johnny Cage. They're going to look at that and they're going to be like, oh, that's cringe. No, bro, that's the character. All right.
Uno mas, thanks.
You're Johnny Cage. I loved Citizen Cage when I was a kid.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
They should do a reboot.
Nobody wants that. Shit went out in the 90s.
Johnny Cage, you have been chosen
Rated.
to fight.
Tell me you're not some crazy fans.
No,
How are you doing that?
We're the real deal.
Are you coming or what?
Sonya. Oh, dude, that's cool. I like that. I like that whole angle right there of just like, I think they teleported, or they had the ability to teleport in the last one. But dog, if they don't play the signature Mortal Kombat music at least once throughout the film, I will be upset about that.
Where the hell am I?
It's called Mortal Kombat.
You're in another realm. Katana, I think that's...
It's a fighting tournament.
Yo.
To the death.
Fuck that.
I gotta watch the first movie again. I'm gonna watch the first movie again before this comes out. This October? Oh, okay.
This is a war for the fate of your world.
You dickheads in or what?
Oh,
I'm not some champion. I don't have transformer arms. Or shoot lightning.
but you have plot armor because you're Johnny Cage. What was? Hold on. Shit.
You dickheads in or what?
What's his name? Oh, he's so funny. The Australian guy. I can never.
What?
Who is this though?
Your world.
You dickheads in or what?
Oh my god. Whatever. Kano, that's his name. I know who he is. I just could not get the name. And then who the fuck is this?
Of your world.
You dickheads in or what?
Whatever, dog. I hate it. Fuck it.
I'm not some champion. I don't have transformer arms. Or shoot lightning bolts. This shit's got nothing to do with me. I'm an actor.
I find you annoying.
Not the face.
Yo, that's, oh my god, what's her name? I think it's Katana versus, I can't remember that bitch's name.
It's time
Hey,
to
Scorpion.
become the hero you were meant to be. All right, you big ugly fuck. It's showtime.
Dude, let's go. That's
Get over here!
that's fire, bro.
Only the strong survive.
Finish him. That was so clean. That was good.
Finish him! Are you shitting me? You don't have any powers? Just incredibly handsome.
Dude, I'm actually hyped for that. I'm actually hyped for that. That's gonna be fun. I think. I hope so. I hope so. Johnny Cage, how did you do that, Raiden? Compound V. No, I think he pulls it off pretty well. I see Johnny Cage when I see him. I don't see William Butcher. He can transition fairly well. So, okay, there should be one more, right? Unless it's the same. I know there was a teaser trailer and then this trailer, but then I could have swore I saw another one from a day ago, but no, that was the teaser. I think this is the same thing. Okay. No, that's it. Yeah, that does look good actually. That does look good. It looks like it's gonna revolve predominantly around Johnny Cage, which is amazing because, man, the first Mortal Kombat movie, I feel like they took a lot of feedback from that one, really, because like that first one, dude, I can't remember anything from it. It was so non-memorable for me that it was just, I saw it and I was just like, oh, okay. You know? I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was just like, you know? So this looks way better than what we've seen already. So fuck yeah. That's good. That's good. Looks good. Sounds good. The finishers, oh my god, I can't wait for the finishers. I cannot wait for the finishers. Yeah, Tracy, I'm definitely gonna watch it. I still need to go watch Superman, but I just haven't had the time. And that's really all I plan on watching from now until probably, well, whenever. I suppose I could go see this for my no, wait. No, this comes after my birthday. But I can go see it for my birthday. Like, my birthday present to myself will be to go see Mortal Kombat, I guess. So, yeah. That'll be good. Yeah, new Mortal Kombat movie, dude. It's fantastic. Baraka, there was a lot of characters in here that I recognized. Dude, hell yeah. I'm actually hyped, man. I'm excited. I wish there was another trailer. Okay. Nah, I watch the Superman movies just because I like the character. It's just like oftentimes it's not. I don't know. I like something from every Superman. Whether the movie was a success, whether the movie was good, that doesn't matter. I like a little bit. I like something or some things or quite a few things from every version of Superman. I like a whole bunch of shit from Christopher Reeves. I like a whole bunch of different shit from Henry Cavill. I like a whole bunch of different stuff from who did the other one? There was like the one from Smallville. I like stuff like that. Just while it may not be while it may not be a commercial success or it may not get critical acclaim, there's just like certain things within the movie, certain scenes, fight scenes, certain character developments, certain mannerisms that the characters do and have that it's just like attention to detail type stuff, really, for the most part. So yeah. All right. Dude, actually. He sent me. All right. Dudes. I'm going to call it here. I'm going to go eat. I got to feed my dog. I got to clean the rest of the house. I got to do dishes. And I got to record some videos. If y'all have anything that y'all want me to record that I didn't get to in the stream, put it in the Discord. Let me know. If you're a patron, make sure you put it in the patron section so I can see it. Because if you want me to record it, I'll prioritize recording y'all shit first before I get to anything else. But as far as stream stuff, we'll be live on Twitch tomorrow for music. Hopefully. Don't hold me to it. We'll see. But that is my plan, is to do music tomorrow. I think. Or I may go live on Fortnite. I don't know. I'll decide. I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all know in the Discord. I'll keep y'all updated. Thank you for hanging. Thank you for chilling. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching the videos lately. Subbing to Twitch and Patreon and all that stuff. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good day. Have a good Thursday. If I don't see y'all tomorrow, have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. And